Discord live stream and just make sure that you can hear my audio. Can hear your audio. Yep, just keep that in mind for later. So я сегодня толком говорить не буду. Сегодня у нас гонки. Название видите, все видите. 5 утра время. Мне на фоне, если что, официальный стрим играет, гонщики одновременно. Меня, конечно, пишет энкодер прям в жопе. Из-за технических двух трансляций, ну ладно, посмотрим.
Your reputation is on the line. Money's on the line. You got something to actually bring home.
I don't expect we'll need that long.
That's the races I grant.
I'm asking because this is literally the first time I've logged in this week, so I've not been able to reset my spawn point.
Just as much as survival must be fast.
We have an hour for setup if we need.
What wins the race? It's the pilot.
It's the ship.
Okay. Should definitely not take me anywhere near that long too. Drive by girl one.
Definitely the pilot, man. You're the one maneuvering and moving it.
The best pilots are so close in skill level that a different ship can change the game.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Speaking of her L1, it is up to everybody, but it is recommended that at least the crew sets their spawn to her L1 or L2. We'll cover the briefing, but just in case, you might want to set it there. If we have a backup at either the spaceport or Everest, so just keep that in mind.
Так, сейчас я чуть с кодеком поиграюсь. Да. Может, полегче пресет найду. На таком полегче тебе комп. И что-то... Я не знаю, может, конечно, телеметрия винды сейчас соврет, потому что она мне пишет, что у меня энкодер полностью забит, но вроде игра не тормозит больше обычного. Ладно, посмотрим. Все работает.
get over there, then I'll start the briefing.
NZA Racing would like to thank the following.
Systems activated. Systems on.
Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go fast.
It's not about just a hair.
Так, надо бы в игре, наверное, звук вообще почти уфнуть.
Potential of the thing I'm controlling. Being in the cockpit, you start to forget what.
Давай до процента, чтобы проксимити хотя бы орал.
Racing in general, I think it's kind of becoming an art.
Got split decisions to make. You gotta be fast. Racing is one thing, but racing when you know your reputation is on the line, the money is on the line, you got something to actually bring home. That's the races I gravitate for the big ones, the high stakes.
Racing is just as much as survival as being fast.
What wins the race? It's the pilot.
It's the ship.
The ship.
It is 100% the pilot.
Always the ship.
It's definitely the pilot, man. You're the one maneuvering and moving it.
The best pilots are so close in skill level that a different ship can change the game.
Only from Mirai.
Welcome everybody to the Crux Cup Stellar Endurance Championships 2955 Grand Prix Qualifier number 1. I'm Red Monster SC. We are joined today by Papa Juggernaut.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome in, race fans. Good to see you.
Yeah. And Lens Nation below us here.
Hello. Hello, and welcome to my dungeon. I am Lens Titan.
Yeah. And of course, Echo Bit over in the corner.
Presiding officer, racing professional extraordinaire. Welcome in, everyone.
Yeah. Welcome. So the Crux Cup Stellar Endurance Championship is a race of individual pilots who aim to score points across multiple Grand Prix for a spot in the top 15 Interstellar Champion leaderboards, proving they're the fastest pilots in the Empire and esports racing legends. The first Grand Prix will have our racers flying the Mirai race,
Блин, вроде
a
бы...
highly competitive 2-hour-long endurance race.
Окей, я не помню, кто даже в рейс-директор сегодня, ну ладно. Сообразим по пути. Вернее, по крайней мере, ну вот на квалификационном заезде у Штатов. Который ночной сейчас.
While we'll be culling members down to the 15th for the final Grand Prix next weekend. Today we are doing the qualifiers for the US and Australian racers, so we'll see a handful of those, and they're competing against the other groups here. That's the Asian, EU qualifiers that are happening in a separate group. So, with that, let's get into the track. Let's talk about the Super Dragon Tofu run.
For anybody, whether you're involved in racing, if you're a racer, if you're on a racing org, if you're on staff somewhere, this is the track that is so impressive to everybody who takes a look at it. The total track length here is 258.6 kilometers. It is a long track. It is also 70 plus checkpoints. It is incredibly detailed. You have to know so much about where you're turning, why you're turning, when to turn, where to... all of these different details that really make this incredible. And there's a backstory to this track. Echo, am I remembering correctly?
Так, надо не забыть, что стартовый ростер развернут от трека. Потому что они начинают не с первого чекпоинта, а там все с второго, по-моему.
To test the best pilots of the game at the most difficult racetrack, a tour of the complete city.
That's it exactly, and this is one of my favorites because you not only taught me racing for the first time at Lorville. It wasn't on this particular track, but you did teach me at Lorville. And of course, I love the black and gold theme of the city. But this is truly a wonderful tour of the industrial side of Lorville. But when you built this, obviously you did. There's a backstory to the entire construct of this thing. It was a popular family-run restaurant at the time called Super Dragon that delivered tofu and karafi cube noodles out of the Lorville industrial outskirts. Unbeknownst to the father, a son and daughter practiced their flying skills with the C8X Pisces delivery ship, which I don't think we're going to be seeing any of those today. The two later signed up to and raced in what would become the Crux Cup Stellar Endurance Championships. So it's a beautiful tour of the entire city of Lorville. You really get to see the industrial side of the city, but it starts at the restaurant itself on the outskirts of the industry of District 4. You hit, I love this, you hit a few checkpoints delivery pilots would fly and key maneuvers made throughout Lorville's underground racing history. There are more than a few checkpoints, ladies and gentlemen. These are just what the drivers did. It's a really impressive track. When you watch these races go through for the next couple of hours, I want you to enjoy the incredible sportsmanship and skill that you are about to witness. We're going to take a look at the video before we move on to other parts, but first, I'd love to hear more about the rewards. Lens, what do they win?
As always, there's a lot of rewards, but this time the rewards are a little bit different. You know, because the racing community is evolving. Oh, we're going to take a look at these rewards. I was going to talk about the Godly 15, the badges, the Discord things and whatnot. Well, to talk about what's on the screen right now, everybody in the first, second, and third place will be getting the Mirai Racer, the red one, I think, because that's the best one. Then you have the Mirai Racing suit, and you have the Mirai Racing paint, and they all get the same price. And Papa Juggernaut, you know what I think? There's 3 razors being given. I think let's just give 1 razor to the first person, give a racing paint to the second one, give a suit to the third one, and the other 2 razors, they should be given to the commentators. You know, how do you feel about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hard work up here.
If you have flown
yeah,
50%
lots of,
of the
I'm sitting in my
Yes,
aircon.
they're gonna take commentators?
It's
Yeah,
hard.
we could probably arrange that, but
There we go.
we'll see what happens. If no one wants to race, maybe that's how the commentator podium plays out.
At least give us the JPEG. At least. That's the least we can do.
So if you press on her first
shall I
step of the
talk
track,
about the
rejoin
Godly
at start
15,
finish.
the Discord
If you
rule and
crash,
badges?
the track.
Just skip it.
You
Tell
can
me.
rejoin at Astromedic.
No, go for it.
Until
Let's
you
hear about the
Okay,
Godly
so-
15 and
So
the rewards.
Yep. We're doing something very special with NZ Racing because the Crux Cup has evolved, and this is going to be just like a Formula 1 Grand Prix system. This is becoming an endurance challenge, and so throughout the year, the points will be given to different racers. Every single pilots as they progress through the Crux Cup, points are awarded, and what you get at the end of that is the recognition by the racing community, which is called the Godly 15. That's a very cool title. I'll be very happy with the Godly 100th or even 1,000 in that, because I haven't even finished the whole lap yet of the Super Dragon tournament. But if you are one of the Godly 15, you get the Discord role and the Badge of Honor. You get a free limited edition of the Godly 15 Stellar Endurance Championship
Окей, ладно, он FPS у меня вроде на квадр не влияет, его покрутил туда-сюда.
In this case, not just a JPEG, with your RSA handle, your logo,
Sorry, I saw
your
the
favorite
grid
racing
order, but I
number,
have not
everything is
seen
customized on the T-shirt. And
the
can I please point
map
Red Monster?
of
And Papa Juggernaut, will you
how
please
we're
stand up a
lining
little
up.
bit? Let's show them the cool merch that
Staggered
Enzia has.
positions
There
on
we
top
go.
of the flashing
So
red lights.
very high quality.
One
No,
racer
don't stop.
per
Keep
Crufty.
going.
So
Keep crashing.
position
Keep pushing it.
1 would
And
be
then you
from
also
your
get the
facing
physical
front
transparent
right.
sticker that you get
and
if
then the
you
next
earn
Crufty
that
back
once
on
at
the
a
left,
year.
next
You
Crufty
get
back
the
on the
access
right,
to the
so
4K
on.
resolution artwork of the badge, which you can
Okay.
use
Starting
anywhere you
from
want on your social
your
media. You
position?
get a special mention
Yeah,
in the
so in
Hall
front of
Hall of
me
Stars, historical
on
race
your
records,
right will
and
be
the access to the
position 1,
Godly
pole
15
position 2,
Racing
which will be
Legend Club Discord chat,
be
a very
behind that
special
flashing light on the left.
chairman's club on Discord. And that's one. And if you place first in the Grand Prix, so those were just what you get if you're one of the Godly 15. If you place first in the Grand Prix, which is happening next weekend, we're doing qualifying today. Race happens next weekend. You are given the title of the Dragon of Lorville. Oh boy.
Could be the coolest title.
Isn't that a cool title? I mean, I'll be happy with the Sweeper of Lorville, but okay, Dragon of Lorville. and you get that Discord role, you get that Badge of Honor, you get the special mention in the Hall of Stars, you get a free physical transparent sticker, and access to the 4K resolution artwork, which you can use anywhere. These are all... Sorry it took too long, because oh boy, there are a lot of rewards. And also hello to everybody in the chat.
So Lens, all you want to do is you just want the Raptor, right?
Подобрать
Be the
место.
Sweeper of Lorville, you just want a Raptor?
Yeah.
Короче, мне по скрипту надо будет лететь примерно вот так вот назад.
That's right. Yes, Raptor in the chat.
Talk about the rewards, but how do people actually earn those rewards? And it's going to be based off of the Stellar Point system.
I showed up late to briefing.
For multiple Grand Prix races that you complete based on your finishing position,
pull off to the side,
maximum one pilot can earn per Grand Prix is 150, and all tracks will be weighted online compared to the Super Dragon Tokyo run, and given a bonus if they're more technical. So we have the Super Dragon that you can earn up to 150.
Okay.
Where the new Mavage Ghost is actually scaled down by length. It's only 60%, but it does get a 10% technical bonus
like
in the
the
point weight, so that it's a little bit more competitive.
All laps.
So you can see on the left side here, first place is getting 150 points. Second will get 135. Third place gets 122.
Most number of laps completed
and then 110, 99, 89, scaling down from there through 15th place, which does still earn 35 points.
Understood. Thank you.
That compared to the other point system for the new Babbage Ghost, that starts at 105 and then scales down to about 24 points for the last place. So yeah, those are the total points that are available here. And then when additional tracks are prepared, that will be part of our steal. Let's talk about who we're going to race.
Right, because it's not.
I will say I'm very excited to see as this series expands into Nyx, into
right
Terra.
now we're split between US and EU,
Anzia
so
has huge plans
racers.
for these things, and I'm just very excited when that finally comes online. So no pressure, CIG, but we've got races to run. Let's go.
Yeah,
yeah, bro, that's a really cool city.
Basically, where I'm at,
I could see Castra with some of those tall peaks.
This point here will be Shaknu,
a gorgeous racing area, and hopefully they give us something where you can kind of go through some bookshelf peaks and make the terrain actually part of the obstacle there.
Man,
Hell yeah, Castra could be so vertical.
You'll come up to
it's very clever what NC is doing, because we are doing the city circuit, so whenever a new city is introduced in any of the systems, we will have a race there. That's the that's good, and I think a lot of racing, and I know there's a lot of racing community. A lot of the racers are involved in the creation of these tracks. Like they all have their favorite technical challenges, so it's a very high ceiling to participate in these races. I tried to do the laps, but then I ran out of time because I had to run away from Australia for a bit. And it's a very challenging track, and if you're a racer, you will just do it. I know a few people who have been practicing on this track. They're not competing, but they're just doing the laps because they think that this track is beautiful.
Yeah. And there is some reward there in order, like, in addition to just being able to run it, memorizing that track, understanding all the ins and outs, and the areas of the city that you're actually able to explore. Now, I have not run the full track here. We did a condensed version of the original Super Dragon Tofu run back when it was first debuted, before it was an extended map, extended track here. And that was, I will say, I'm a mediocre pilot. It was a very technical challenge for me as I was getting in there. I could see this being a lot more technical, and especially with the Mirai Razor.
To the best of the ability.
Did I see that they can get up to 600 meters a second flight speed with the current setup? Like, insane.
Warehouse?
Yeah, they can, because Echo told me how to do it, and I was like, what? How? And it's a very different ship at that speed. However, I'm not a good pilot. I've seen you, Red, in the Crux Cup 24R, just sitting there chill, flying you, going through those tunnels on the horizon. Me and Papa Juggernaut are not like that. We are like,
So you dive down from the smokestack,
just crash and die,
and then through the warehouse, and then
you saw the better parts. I will say, I woke up at 3 a.m. for my section there, and the first couple of times I was out,
I don't know if it's mine, but I'm pretty sure that's
I got
mine,
through like
watching
5
from,
or
like,
6
2 or 3
of
hours
those
ago.
tunnels in a row before I crashed, and then improved on that. But yeah, quite a few times I got right up to that final one, and
Ну, экономик на старт нет. Короче, да, я примерно на начальном прироле лечу назад.
I will say though, that's a very good
Правильно,
point.
да,
The
по
reason that we're not
скрипту.
running this in
Снимайте
Artful
камере.
is because for everybody who wins
Потом
the
к передней
red
части
crash,
гонщиков, когда будет
so
отчет,
it's
последние
less
минуты, объявлен раздирект,
points.
надо одно из
That's
сделать
right.
погромче.
The brown pants strategy. I get it.
И там уже поехало с
Got it.
метками, с
All right,
этим
let's talk
всем.
about our racers. We've got an incredible display of talent that's going to be happening in the next 2 hours. Let's start getting into who we are going to witness. We've got I believe we've got 7 talented racers. Who would like to get us started?
Looks like we're getting started off with Shaq New, who's going to be supported by the XGR pit crew. Shaq New with number 3 on
City
there.
Warehouse, right, Cosmo?
Next up, Liquid Prime, supported by the Sanguis Luna crew, rocking the 4th place with that.
Interestingly, I think that it's worth noting that 3 out of today's 7 racers are Sanguis Luna members. They're going to be supported by Sanguis Luna, I could say. So we've got Liquid Prime, and then 2 more that we're going to be talking about. But our number 3 on the track right now, we've got Tint running number 7. Just a beautiful track here of Mariah Razors that are going to be going around this track. But Tint and number 7.
That smokestack where you climb up and then you dive
Then
down
we
really
have
sharp.
Мне пока уведомлений никаких не приходит.
Jelly had made. Everybody knows Jelly. He's also one of the Sanguis pit crew. Running number 8. Jelly is like extremely fast. That's all I'm gonna say. I can barely ever see him on the track. He's just gone so far ahead. And after Jelly had made is Qualsar. Yay, Qualsar! If he was here with us, there will be some sound playing because that's how he introduces himself. Qualsar is taking time off from Dune, and finally has decided to grow Star Citizen, running number 12 with Sanguis Luna again. Go ahead.
If you don't see it that origin is
next we've got Nafty,
who
is number 15. You can see right there on the nose of the razor, Nafty running number 15. And last but certainly not least in our legends, all 7 of these are incredibly talented people. Red, who do we have?
That Canadian Maverick, he hails from the Red Legion, one of our folks helping to establish our esports racing crew, and we definitely poached him out of the Anzia racing community for the great work he did.
Yeah, this is the City Warehouse where it's the restricted
rocking
zone.
number 17 on the qualifiers here.
So keep that in mind, everybody. You heard Red admit this. They poached Canadian Maverick from Anzia Racing. So if Red Monster's audio suddenly goes out or we lose video connection, it's nothing personal. Wink, wink.
It's not the same.
So we know this, that Red is definitely backing Canadian Maverick. I am backing Nafty today because he said thanks to me in the chat just a little earlier. So
Так, я пока официально выключу, этих слушаюсь.
Oh, sometimes it'll throw your ship like under the ground.
It doesn't look under the ground. Yeah, but it's not where noise was at. So, yeah.
Oh, do you see that ship marker, the blue one where it has your numbers and all that stuff on it still?
Tent, you're drifting into the wall. Watch out, Tent.
Yeah, be mindful of the wind. It will try to kill you.
Alright, did somebody need a party invite?
So also just to confirm on race start, we're it's like we're doing yellow flag until we pass the start finish line, or
So you'll
is it
do
full speed?
so. The race starts. You can do full speed as far as I know, and then your lap timer will only start when you cross the actual start line.
Okay.
But
Yeah, as soon as race starts, you are full speed. There's no yellow or
okay
parade lap.
Welcome to the.
All right, just a confirmation. Was Beloved Doll a
pit crew? Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Noise, how many time we have before start?
1 second. Let me look at the grid.
Noise, if you can send a new friend request to data machine at some point, we appreciate it.
Copy. If the racers are in position, I'll get a check of staff in a second. Out. Alright, racers, if you're in position, give me 1 minute and I'm going to switch over to the launch video. Alright, racers, if you could go ahead and switch over to my live stream and just make sure that you can hear this. I'm going to start it just to make sure everyone can hear the timer.
The nearest crane on the corner.
Once everyone has confirmed they can hear it, then I will reset.
I can hear it.
Liquid can hear it.
Belstar can hear.
Maverick hears.
Ragnar can hear it.
Nafta can hear.
Holy shit, I can really hear it.
I do need to turn that down though. There we go. I can turn it. We can all turn it down on our ends if it's too loud. Right, so.
Alright, let me check in with Echo to see if the stream is ready, and then once they're ready, we'll get the timer started. Alright, Echo says give us 6 minutes, so if you need to take a break, do it now.
Лучше. Главное еще, чтобы за АФК не кикнуло. Блин, получается сегодня с синематиком что ли только я? Вне трека. Там будет остальные гоночные камеры и этот. Став. Реально.
This is Shagnu. If I need to take a bathroom break, am I allowed to get off the grid
Be quick.
so I'm not drifting into a wall?
Yes.
Okay. And then, yep, I'll be right back.
Alright, switching video players. Tell me if that is any better for volume.
I'm checking. I might have it turned down too much. Oh, you tapped out. I cannot hear it. No sound.
Yeah, we can adjust volume independently on our end.
Alright,
I would just go back to what you were doing.
Is that any better?
Still no sound on my end.
I can't hear
I have it max.
Alright, I'm just gonna go back to the other one then.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it way down before you start that. Yeah, we're good.
Что-то пока старт затягивается.
Alright, last check.
Joel, I can hear it.
Also, I can hear.
Alright, cool. I'll leave it that way then.
Got sound, we're good.
Schachner's back in on the grid.
Yep, I see you. Thank you. All right, just waiting for a final sign off on Echo, and we'll get going.
Well, are we ready?
Just waiting on the stream team.
Yep, just about ready. Waiting for stream to catch up.
Made possible and Star Citizen. Join the verse by visiting play.sc. Enzia Racing would like to thank the following.
And there you have it, the racetrack, what the racers are going to be competing on today.
Надоело, стартануть хочу.
2 hours,
Ожидание
most
томительно.
laps, for that placement, and of course the qualifier points to get into the final.
Конечно, гонка еще тяжелее, чем дневная.
The racers are lined up on the track. They're ready to go, and we're about ready to hop into that race launch sequence. Quick shoutouts.
Блин.
It's a quick shout out first. Before we do anything, we have to acknowledge Man Fall Down. Zombie Spade just drop in the hype train level 4. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for fighting the buttons, Zombie. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, 2 minute warning.
I just gotta say this
2.5 minute
because most of my family, I mean, pretty much all of them, and I have a huge family. Nobody knows the streaming side of things, my dirty hobbies, as Red Monster puts it very nicely. But today, because I am not in Australia and I'm traveling, they all
That's
know
as long as you don't
that
put your
I'm
landing gear down.
actually watching this for the first time. So they
It's a
are
great way
in
to
the
lose your
audience,
ship
they're
in the
not
wind.
chatting because they're unable to do so. But hey, family, gotta give a shout out to my sister.
Hi, Lens fam.
Lens fam. Yes.
Lens fam.
Especially to my sister and her husband.
Please can you notify it in 1 minute?
Better that I get along with my sister. So there you go. Thank you, family. Now you know what I do in my spare time. This is where all the money's going.
What was
I was
that?
going to say, how many of them have referral codes of yours ready to plug in now?
Yeah, right.
None
Well,
of
apparently it
them
won't be
have
his sister. So
any
so
No.
for Lens's sister, if you're looking for a referral code, I will DM you mine. Don't use your brother's. He's a jerk.
I see what PJ is like. He's already getting into Lens's sister's DMs.
Amen to that.
The Cube said the best in the chat. Hey, Lens fam, sorry he's so embarrassing. That's right. That's those are the emotions.
Cube, Cubed, I will tell you. That's
All right, I'm
emotions
about to
too.
start the countdown,
He's like, hey,
so
I want
make
you to
sure
meet Lens
you're
Nation. Sorry, he's so
switched over to my
embarrassing.
stream, and
As you can see,
we're
we
gonna
all
start
get along
here
really,
very
really
shortly.
well here. When you were watching the track, we were not going at each other at all.
Not in the slightest, you big jerk. Okay, let's move on, everybody.
We've got the signal to launch.
There we go. Oh,
Countdown
and we have
started.
just started level 5. We've completed level 4 of the hype train. Everybody, again, if you were watching this live on Twitch right now, we have just completed level 4 of the hype train. If you want to participate and earn some exclusive emotes, all you've got to do is drop 100 bits or more, sub, resub, gift some subs if you'd like, whatever you can do. All of this supports Anzia Racing, including everything from prize pools to commentator pay. So much appreciated for your support. Zombie coming in with another 500 bits. Red Monster coming in with 100 of his own. Let's go. We are ready for launch.
Who's that guy? Ban him right off the bat.
Oh wow, very cool graphics.
Final reminder, as soon as the countdown ends, you are free to go full speed.
Look at that. Don't you like those big numbers? 43, 42. We just had 42 on the screen.
The first time we saw this, I think, was also earlier in the Crux Cup series. If I remember correctly, Echo, we debuted this
That is
tech,
correct.
a couple months ago.
And this is potentially just becoming a standard for our major races. We want to launch it in a significant way. And also racers are listening to this at the same time. They all get an incredible cinematic background to their race. Because it is. It's one of the most prestigious races you can
doesn't want to become the dragon of war?
1 minute until race start.
See, I was in the game for the 24-hour Crux Cup. I was flying in the I was in the track, and I was busy dying just as the race was starting. So that's why I missed this one.
You were getting actually there as well, right? You were pulling camera work.
Yep. Yeah, I did a little bit of it because I think we were all doing what we can when I was also shortcasting and also flying the ship around. It was a big effort from everybody. Right? Red Monster, you were there. Papa J pulled some very long ships that during the 24 hours.
Had a great time doing that. That was so much fun. That was the birth of the Chai versus T. There's so much that came out of those amazing races. The 24-hour Crux Cup was not only fun for the racers, it was not only fun for us doing all the shoutcasting, but it was also record-setting.
There we go.
All right, races are off. Good luck.
Не, налажал немного. Не рассчитал дистанцию.
Whose view are we watching, Echo?
We are watching Liquid Prime.
Liquid
Right next to Shaq there. And number 2.
Liquid
You see that head movement every now and then, likely using the Toby head and eye tracker.
How is he going so fast on this track? What? Papa J, what is this? What are these speeds? Oh my god.
This is why I can't race. Oh my
god.
No. Shaq knew there.
Yeah, Shaq was just going
Yes,
ahead.
they have an overview with OLEG here, so you can see how close they are as well.
Really had made Tint, Liquid Prime, Shaq New, leading up on those first 4. We have Wellstar, Navsy, and Canadian Maverick.
Блин, вот эти первые трое прям летят.
Jellyhead.
Я чувствую, кто-то из них разобьется раньше. Он пока лечу за лидерами.
This really does. You're going to get a full tour, both from the racer perspective and overhead shots. You're going to get a full tour of how industrial this new Lorville 2.0 really is. Really cool stuff to watch here. The detail that CIG has made is just, it's a great setting for this one.
Yeah, definitely. And
I popped, just rejoined through the start finish.
the track graphics, the
Correct.
production quality put into these
Copy.
AUS racing events is top notch. So good job to Echo Bit and the supporting.
Извиняюсь, если чат игнорю, не думаю, что кто-то пишет, но...
I just saw Tint join the party back again. Did Tint just crash?
Tint has crashed.
Nafty popped.
Oh yeah, okay. Tint has already crashed. So that's the big problem on this. This is the biggest challenge. Do you crash or you don't crash? I mean, man fall down. Wayne, he's the kind of racer whose strategy is simple. I'll be slow, but I'm not gonna crash.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because it is going to be a 2-hour-long endurance race to get as many of those laps in as you can. Of course, we just see the alert for Tint coming up.
There we go.
Nafty. Also shift destroyed.
Nafty, you're not allowed to crash anymore. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Nafty, you're not allowed to crash anymore. I'm backing you, man. Come on.
You get
Actually,
one per
what we see on
race and
screen-
that's it. No more crashing.
Yeah, exactly. You've met the quota. Thank you. But what you see on screen, folks, is something that you hopefully noticed in the overview video as well when we were taking a look at the track. There's a lot of restricted areas in this, so you're going to see that appear quite often on stream or on the screen here. There's a lot of restricted areas. We are just leaving one right now, yeah, there's quite a few places where there are some tight turns and some.
Я еще стараюсь, чтобы оба будника было видно. Это очень помогает ориентироваться.
They are cutting the nose off of these ships, just scraping right by. You see that line there. Some of these the obstacles, right? You've got little beams and stuff that come down and occlude some of the area. You've got to be very careful on these corners because it is razor thin margins, and you will very quickly wrap yourself around one of those obstacles in your own fiery doom.
As has apparently happened at least twice so far.
Yeah, definitely a track that's going to have a lot of people succumbing to injuries. So we see Shaq.
Well, we will soon have a very new the medical gameplay to sort that out on a very, you know, these tunnels especially.
Сейчас тяжело будет на городская местность.
This has those beams that stick out, and there are like those collision zones. It's a very, very tricky flying through
С
these
двумя
tunnels,
стримами на
especially
компе.
trying to overtake somebody, which is hard. Also, can I point out? Have a look at the speed this ship is going right now. Look at the speeds. They're touching 600.
Yeah,
we're seeing, yeah.
It's
very
amazing.
It's a very cool trick.
There we go. There we go. No, we're getting to 600 right now.
Yeah, 600. And the thing is, like, this is what very cool. I got to know about this because I was practicing with Echo. So all of these racers to participate here, they did not spawn on Lorville, if I'm correct. They actually spawn on Avers Harbor, do that thingy with the ship landing gear up and down, and then they manually fly from Avers Harbor to Lorville racetrack and not change anything on the ship if they want to keep their 600 speed. So if they crash, I don't know if they're going to spawn in Lorville or they're going to repeat the same, because if you just use your stock racer, you cannot go this fast. I think, how much speed do you gain by that, Echo?
Yeah, Echo, can you give us a walkthrough of what this is?
You gain a good 100 meters per second. Now, Yogi talked about this on Star Citizen Live, the last one that he was on, when he was talking about what he wants to do when he kills nav mode. And as quantum boosting comes online, as control surfaces come online, so too will the restricted speed that master modes enforces go away. And that data is staged in the game, and at the moment it can be loaded in by toggling the top speed restriction check in space to load in the unrestricted top speed, and then you bring that down by manually flying into the atmosphere, and you gain the unrestricted quantum boosting top speed. So that's how these races are doing above standard Razor and above standard master mode speeds at the moment. We wanted that for the competition because racers like to go faster, and you also gain more aerodynamic control the faster you go, which makes the Razor even more fun to fly.
So Echo, I don't know what insights you have into these specific team strategies, or if there was any direction provided by race staff.
Я там ждал момента, когда у меня камера ухнет, чтобы эту альтитуду убрать поганую.
How is that going to be working for them? Or are they
Я
going to
вроде
get a
терпимо,
disadvantage?
FPS, конечно, низкая.
So, there's a couple of things, a couple of safety nets for them. Yes, if they crash, it is very devastating. We'll have them spawn at a station nearby, like Everest. Some of them can be supported by pit crews if they've had teams from Crux Cup and the Team Endurance Championships earlier this year. Some of them are here, like XGR and Sandwich are also supporting their races.
Yeah,
there we go. So Kalsa will probably be supported by Sandwich pit crew, and they will spawn very quickly and get back out onto the track. Now, in addition to that, we've also added a 50% rejoin point, which unlocks if you crash in the last half of the track. And that is at gate 1. There they can rejoin to continue the lap, to save a little bit of progress if they manage to secure at least half of the track.
Oh, that's very clever. And I think a lot of the racers, most of them will appreciate that, because it just feels really bad when you're just at the end of the lap and you crash, and this is such a long lap that it makes more sense. It reminds me of something that they do at the Tour de France when the race approaches the finishing
Когда гоночку больше можно ракурсы более кайфовые брать.
Freeze the positions. Like this will be the standings. If you have a crash, if there's an accident, your time will count as the finishers. Very cool addition, Echo.
Облака.
I love seeing the racers' perspective as we're doing this. We see some interesting changes on the visual aspect from them. Some of them are going through with the precision targeting mode that you see we're looking with the overhead here. Others, we see them occasionally flicker to the reverse view camera, kind of your backup camera, as you will. But just great visual cues on where they're at within the racetrack, and also kind of keeping an eye on where the competitors.
Сейчас халявно отработал конец трека, все равно не я камера.
Happy
Just wanna take a
Pat.
moment since we've talked about it now at least 5 times, but huge shout outs to
Так,
our
став
camera
висит
crew
прям
for today.
вплотную финиша.
Whenever we're not watching a specific racer's perspective, we are watching some of our camera crew. They have done an amazing job so far, and they've got another hour plus. What are we looking at here? Quite a bit of time here that they're going to be keeping us involved with some amazing visuals here. So thank you so much to Oleg. Again, the racers that are doing this. Echo, who else do we have that is running these camera reviews that's not racing?
It's Oleg and
We also have our
today,
event
isn't it?
staff. It's just Oleg as our dedicated camera for this race, but we also have access to Draconis, Tiger, and Noise Maze, who are also providing their point of view. Sergeant Griff is also here as well, and Astromedic, our EMS officer on standby, also available as a camera. So we'll check those out as the race progresses.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it for everybody that is loaning their camera to us. Also want to give a shout out on the visual team. We have a virtual photographer, Andrew MI66, one of the most well-known and well-earned recognized virtual photographers in the Star Citizen community. Andrew started doing virtual
Блин, кстати, да, у нас же этот Эндерми есть челка просто накрытый делает.
Very happy to have him with
Надо
us.
нагонять,
Stay
надо
tuned after the
нагонять.
race. Make sure to follow NZA Racing on all the socials, and you will find some beautiful visuals coming up soon.
It's always nice to see those cinematic virtual photography angles. It's hard to capture the ships going at such a high speed, but Andrew is up for it. He's really, really good. There have been multiple ships. Yeah, even Nafty has crashed again earlier. Even that happened. Is Noise Maze the director? The Noise Maze is the race director today, and is Fedak will also here with us today for that, Echo?
Edico will be with us in the EU race.
EU
Just
session.
Noise Maze is our race director today.
Что, народ реально поразбивался, что ли? Уже смотрелся, думал кто-нибудь другого, а там вообще вблизи никого нет.
We have Astromedic, the Zollner, that are Astromedics are 50% rejoin marker, Zollner for the EU session over at District 3. So
Astromedic is also a very fast pilot. He's already won himself the Terrapin competing in the Crux Cup. He won the Open GP, right? Yeah, I think he won the Open GP. Astromedic and Doob, who was also here with us in the chat.
Doob.
I want to ask you guys, what do you think of the Kruger L21 Wolf? Do you like the new Kruger ship? What don't you like?
Beautiful.
It's, yeah, I think they did a really great job with the sound design. It's a little loud, but maybe that's what they were intending. But it does have a very aggressive, almost predator-like purr to it. And of course, with 4,300 rounds on those ballistic cannons,
still
you're raining down fire for an extended period of time.
Thank you. Yeah.
I do appreciate the lore.
Кучами не летает.
Elsar down again.
Right after the 50% rejoin. Now, does that get him reset back to
Ну,
the
дождь.
start, or he gets the 50%?
Моя
again?
любимая.
He gets the 50% again. Yep, unfortunate crashing going through there. But hang in there, Kelsa. We believe in you.
Yeah.
Real quickly, I mean, guys, that means we've only got 4 racers out of the 7 that have completed lap number 1. We've still got 3 that have yet to cross that line.
Yeah. And we've
Сейчас не задержка мелкая.
Liquid, Jilly had made both, pretty close on those top 3. Canadian Maverick getting a smoother run. The time delay there, 2 minutes behind, so obviously getting clued in on some of the advanced speed features, maybe a thing there. But yeah, 4 out of the 7 completed 1 lap, and I think our lap time was about 8.5, almost 9 minutes. So, with the time we've got, if you can run smooth, that's the main thing. The 2-minute delay on, kind of that 2-minute lag behind the lead for Canadian Maverick, that is probably easier to manage than a crash and rejoin, which would obviously, we see it taking 8-9 minutes to get back in. So.
Yeah, absolutely true. It's better to be slow than to be dead.
Yeah.
So this is a.
Да, они вот рассказывают этого.
Rejoined, so that's great.
Видишь, что типа
But you know, the interesting thing is, I think it's worth
медленно
calling out here
тоже
that we're
быть
seeing
выгодно.
essentially the same gap. It hasn't shifted pretty dramatically between Shacknu and Liquid. Good lord.
Liquid Prime.
I was like, Tint. No, it's not Tint. But between Shacknu and Liquid Prime, they've had this healthy gap between them, but they're very healthy in place 1 and 2.
Obviously demonstrating some mastery of the track here, mastery of the vehicle, some clean runs. I love these channels that they are dropping into, right? You've got the pipe corridor, and yeah, just honestly, I feel like you're about to try and bullseye
Nafty rejoining?
shaft on the Death Star.
Yes.
Thank you.
Stay on target.
This part of the track is very cool, where you do the up and down, and this is so clever. Like, look at that, and you have to go through this docking arches. My God, I mean, as a racer, you'll enjoy this.
The barrel roll is optional, but certainly enjoyable.
Barrel rolls a flex.
It's good fun.
Aye,
oh, look! Wow, look at that skill. That's
oh my gosh!
Wow.
Stars rejoin.
It will take me 2 days to complete that section that we just saw.
Yeah, were we joking about the brown pants strategy before this?
Valid strategy.
If I was riding passenger here, delivering tofu, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our packaging is brown bags as well, and for a very good reason.
I think it was in Top Gun. I don't remember whose number 2 it was, but whoever the navigator was in the plane was like, "You're gonna do what?" I can see me saying that for 2 hours straight if I was in the back seat of these things.
Copy that. Oh, is that the same spot?
Well, we're still waiting for Tint, Quelstar, and Nafty to finish 1 lap. I have a question for Echo. Echo, so we have 7 people racing right now, right? And then we have the EU session. So to participate in the final race next weekend, everybody has to do the qualifying. Is it? So sad.
They do have to qualify and make the most laps they can in the session to make it into that top 15 for the final Grand Prix.
It's not like that they can just submit their own lap times on SCR like we
Oh
did
no,
it,
they've done that. That was the previous
Yeah.
week. So we did time trials in your own time for a week. We asked for 60 players if we could, but these ones have submitted, and now we're culling down 18 down to 15. So not everyone's gonna make it today.
Oh, great. Let's see who does so far. Shacknu, Liquid, Jelly, and Canadian Mav are leading. Like they have at least finished laps. Tint, Quelstar, Nafty, not so lucky.
We're about to wrap up 17 minutes in. We're going to see lap 2 start checking in for Shacknu, Liquid Prime up at the top. Now, Jellyhead Made did have a crash that he's rejoined, so we'll probably see Canadian Maverick wrap lap 2 ahead of Jellyhead Made, but we'll see if they can maintain. And of course,
Качество стрима у себя поднять, я не понимаю, кто там выигрывает.
Third crash. He was rejoining at the 50% mark. And,
Ну правильно, я за лидерами слежу.
Here we see Canadian Maverick down the trench.
Just before Canadian Mavs at this overview camera, we were watching Jellyhead Made flying through the same section. Oh boy, how smooth was he? I felt like I was in Blade Runner.
We had a couple of overhead shots
here?
just a few seconds ago, and it was showing the hairpin turns that Liquid and Shacknu were going through, just real tights, basically an S. Really, wow, just amazing to watch these guys do it. And for those who have done it, not crash. Really impressive.
Блин, кстати, Андромир реально не вижу. Они его обсуждают.
Learn it. It actually shows you how immense Lorville City is. Even in those fast ships, it's massive. It's spread out. Like, good job, CIG. Let me finally acknowledge you that Lorville is pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying, man. To see what they did with Lorville 2.0.
Ну, они пока их не сыпли ключку, за кем другим следить, я слежу за первыми
Tint has
местами.
completed 1 lap. Shacknu has just completed 2.
Yeah.
That is a long
Massive
gap.
difference. If that's the difference it makes if you crash. It's just brutal.
Quelstar is rejoining. They've got to be staging spare vehicles out there for Quelstar specifically at this point, just to make sure he's in.
Yeah.
We see that time delay, Tint 6 minutes behind. Of course, having the crash towards the start, having to rejoin, and kind of get a solid start reapplied. So
6 minutes essentially. I mean, 6 minutes is just essentially shy of an entire lap.
I was just gonna say, I know the issue that Quelsar is having. Sometimes he's I think he's some. Oh, we just saw a crash live.
Fresh from Liquid there.
That's Liquid Prime.
Oh, Liquid
Prime.
Prime.
Yeah.
Our Cymatic.
That is,
wow, that was nice.
That is a huge change right there, guys. That is a huge change to this race.
Yeah.
Liquid Prime had been uncrashed.
Yeah.
Liquid Prime was solidly in a number 2 position there. Only
look how
8
close
seconds
they
behind
were.
Shaq.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
8 seconds difference there.
Racer crash we just had.
So,
Нормально.
Jelly had made
Показал
Medium
как
Maverick,
раз.
all hungry for that.
Вот Ликвид разбился, он был вторым.
Nafty's still working on getting
Поспешишь,
their
людей
complete,
насмешишь.
while Shaq and Liquid Prime had completed lap 2. We'll see if they're able to maintain. And Shaq coming up behind 10.
Сейчас получается вот этот Шако. Шакну. Тинта, вот Тинт, который впереди, Шакну его на круг обгоняет почти.
We are entering night mode here in Star Citizen, so this is going to get dark, which means these pipeline tracks, these crane track, these different segments of the track are going to become much harder to navigate. You've got dark metal, dark night, only illuminated by whatever light you have, and of course pinging with the radar system. So this is going to change race dynamics, I bet.
Get ready to see some radar pings here. As you get into the track, make sure that it's lined up properly, and I think we're gonna have a few more crashes.
Be thankful it's not raining, because when it's raining and it's night, it is
terrible.
a disaster. Then you need all the big lights on your. You wish you had lights all across your ship. It's just very hard, especially the highway sections at the later part of the track.
But we're also going to see, you were talking about it earlier, but we're going to see the beauty of Lorville.
Интересно, попытается реально Тинта нагнать.
Gold, that shimmering yellow light that comes off of the city. We're going to see the industrial beauty of the exhaust from these huge turbines. I think that this is going to really help people understand, especially if they don't spend a lot of time on Lorville, or like Lens's family, if they're new to the game and seeing it for the first time, you're going to see some incredible visual renderings of a really elegant industrial city.
I mean, can you imagine watching this from somebody who has never experienced this before? How amazing this would be! Like we have been spoiled, basically. We just, I think I will have very interesting conversations later today with the fam. How beautiful is this shot? Look at the beauty of the sun setting. Oh, amazing.
Tiger Weiss is current marker for Starline.
Oh boy, this is
starting to light up.
Yep.
Nice. The Lorville 2.0, they really did a fantastic job getting the city's character really nailed. For those who've been around for a long time, right? Seeing the original Lorville and kind of the update, it really added a lot more scale to the
Not
city.
to crash.
With these channels that kind of feed the industrial nature of Lorville. Yeah, it's. I will say I've had my home base set within Pyro for a couple of patches, but
race.
Yeah, the process here. Oh no, we got Nafty with another another ship destroyed.
Let's see who I pick tonight for the European session. It definitely feels like the commentator's curse for Nafty.
Well, yeah, we mentioned
but
that
Quell as well
up in the lead. Jelly Handmaid does have a second lap completed. Medium Maverick working through that now.
Quell and Nafty still struggling to finish first lap. And Quell's problem I know, because I think he's brought the Ornithopter from Dune today instead of the Raptor, or maybe he's driving a SnowRunner truck. I don't know. He loves to stream those two games as well.
He does.
Maverick just getting his second lap completed, a minute 8 seconds behind.
Wow. I mean, Red, you said this at the start of the race, but these people are shaving wings and noses off their ships. It's just the fact that they have paint left on these things is incredible.
Yeah. These channels are that's definitely where the paint scrapping happens. I think if you're watching the race right now, there will be there's a very interesting left turn there, the Sire pit turn. Oh, we just changed the camera view because that turn is amazing, and that's what Echo was trying to teach me, to take that turn at the full speed. I couldn't even imagine you can do that.
And we have an update.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Quelsar has completed a lap.
Yeah,
congratulations, Quelsar. Finally, he's flying the
Well done, buddy.
The Razor. Good job, Quell.
We just had to turn on the difficult mode. He realized to lock it down.
We just gotta wait for my favorite Nafty to finish one lap now.
I love these little pass-throughs on the buildings. Now, in the lore, those were they might have initially been a place where you would have to come to a complete stop to make an offload on your tofu delivery run. But they have swapped that out, maintaining speed at least for now, since we're not dropping off food.
No, we're not. We're dropping off paint. Dropping off paint ships here.
Also,
Really,
who's living in those tunnels? Who's ordering this tofu all this time? That's the great mystery.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the name of the person whose statue we pass in this race?
Here comes Papa Jack. Not trivia question. Who claimed that?
The lore.
Mr. Hurston? Yeah, right?
It is a Mr. Hurston, yes. I'd love to see somebody in chat chime in.
Tint just crashed.
Not another one.
I'll be honest, I don't know what's the name, Papa J.
My two buddies are having a very rough race. Tint and Kelsar have had far too many crashes. This is the part of the track that I was referring to earlier with these hairpin turns. We saw Shaqnu just do it really, really amazingly for the third time. Shaqnu on his third lap right now.
That's Shaqnu's XGR, and that's XGR delivering. It's just amazing.
Right through the pipeline sections. By the way, for those of you who are, if you were not part of one of the British Commonwealth, one of the things I really enjoyed about Echo's overview video of this track was when she referred to those sections that we were talking about just a couple minutes ago. They were letterboxes. That is not a phrase you hear in most of North America. We don't refer to them as letterboxes, so it was a really cool reference. I just really appreciated that regionalization of it. But yeah, it's a great part of the lore
все, я с этим шагом
we have an answer for you.
Меня уже
скипывает. He's a really good friend when I'm streaming. Somebody who just started watching me stream and very knowledgeable person. Ivar Hurston. Is that
Ivar Hurston is a good guess. I will let anybody else chime in, but certainly, Spell, welcome to the chat. Great to have you here in Anzio's chat for the first time.
Spell Let Loose. No, I have to mention this. It's a very clever name because Spell Let Loose loves Hogwarts Legacy and Let Loose, and look at the name he's chosen. Spell Let Loose.
Got it. Okay. Right.
I like clever names. I really do like clever names.
You know, that's an art form in and of itself, right?
Yes.
Especially, if you're a streamer or somebody who has to deal with people's handles on a daily basis, community managers and such. You kind of develop a feel for good usernames.
Yeah.
And it's a funny story. My younger brother, he's going through some life changes, and he's finally like, hey, I know you've got as someone who has a lot of computer stuff, I have enough to basically scrap together a gaming PC. So he got himself his first gaming PC using my spare parts. He hadn't picked out a gamer tag yet. At 30 plus years old, not even established his online identity like that. And so we had a fun debate and discussion to help him pick a handle that would represent him.
So help me, sir. If you guys pick Blue Monster SC, I'm gonna have a problem with your creativity.
After rejoining at Astra.
Did he really?
О, у меня 3 гонщика был, честно, это на Астромедике, еще на авто вернулся.
Realistically, between he and myself, we're I'm a little bit of the black sheep of the family, and not to get too far into it, but there's a college rivalry with a couple of teams. One is blue, one is red, 45 minutes apart. We're on different sides of the aisle for that.
All right.
So obviously he had to rep for his side too. So.
I mean, there's a lot of options you can go for, like khaki monster, maybe, or a pink monster. There are multiple colors you can
Red
use.
monster bullet.
The big fuchsia monster. Rawr.
Ni blue, ni pink.
We also have we have a name for you.
Right now, Nafty and Kelsa are currently on camera, which means they are not crashed.
Yeah, they're
We're
flying.
very excited about this. Canadian Maverick also on camera. So these are 3 people that are still flying. We're happy about this.
Papa J, was it Archibald Hurston?
Archibald Hurston? I don't. People are gonna have to keep guessing. I don't know.
Oh wow!
Maybe we reveal it at the end of the race.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Is it Albert Hurston?
That's the ship from Matrix.
Yeah, the Nebuchadnezzar. Well, wait. Let's also point out that it was a.
Блин, а половину времени занимаюсь тем, что просто отдачу своему гашу сижу.
He was a Babylonian king. So the Matrix reference was in reference to the Babylonian king. It's not that the Matrix invented the name.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, of course, but in the popular culture, that's where the name resonates with at least with me, and I think a lot of other people. So
hang on, did you just discount Babylonian kings as not popular culture?
Right.
I might have done that. Yes,
I would love to think of the fact that more people have watched The Matrix than read the Bible. That would be fantastic.
Honestly, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
To skirt the discussion of religion or politics, this racetrack is fantastic.
look who's running. It's still Nafty and Canadian Maverick. Good
and
for them.
at night especially, it's very cool. Yeah.
This is, guys, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what I loved about Lorville even before 2.0. My very first home in Star Citizen was Lorville. This was how I started my adventure in this game. I've loved the city. It always hasn't been my home, but it's got a special place because it absolutely was the first place. And then when I saw 2.0, I was like, oh, black and gold, yes! And I love coming back here.
Black and gold, obviously. I started on Port Hollister. Yeah, I wanted to ask Red. Where did you start?
Yeah, the first home I had in Star Citizen was a dingy rock hangar. Right, it was carved out of a crater somewhere, and that's all we had. We had a little flight pod to get into Arena Commander. You could pull your ships up in the hangar, but it was pre-Persistent Universe. And then, of course, Port Olisar, where we all got our starts.
Sure.
I joined in 2018, so yeah, very, very cool.
Ooh, you've got plenty of time on me. I started maybe 4 years ago, so I was probably on 21.
Yeah. I'm a 2015. I'm not the there's 2013ers out there. Congratulations, guys. You beat me barely, but yeah. The 2015 is when I got in, and I will say I've had a couple of years in there where I did take a break from Star Citizen, and only got into like streaming and official.
Надя Маврик затупил на этих поворотах прям на все. Хорошо нашифтовал.
Trying to find. I don't remember the year that I. What's that? Echo.
This is the Sire Splatlands was talking about, where I tried to teach him how to do this corner right here.
That's the one we just saw.
Yep.
The Sire Split. Yep, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's so. If I will I'd like to. Oh.
Oh no! Liquid Prime, no!
Liquid Prime разбился.
Liquid to crash there. I mean, at the split, yes, but not there. So the trick that Echo taught me, not the trick, but the way the amazing physics that we have in Star Citizen is, if you're flying the Razor at its top speed of
Блин, ну
600
вроде уже
meters
прошло
per
полчаса
second,
с начала.
the
Я
ship
даже
has
чай не могу
amazing
отхлебнуть.
aerodynamics, and it's like having a hypercar driving at the fastest speeds, and the downforce is so much that you can do whatever you want with that car. That's how Razor behaves at high speeds, and it can take that turn, which is a 45-degree turn, just like that. You don't have to slow down, you don't have to use.
Не, ну вроде у них на стриме выглядит классно, типа, что вот такие постройки прям видны некие. Особенно вот брать вот такой масштаб, чтобы все вот более-менее третье впадало.
150 meters wide, and these ships are maybe twice the length of a real car. And to do that at 600 meters per second, that's not kilometers per hour, or miles per hour.
What's
That's even
the
more
checkpoint
than
I
that.
need to fly
Meters
through
per
to rejoin
second.
at Astro?
At that speed, in that tiny little tunnel, that is the feeling. When racers get it,
Gate
they
1
feel like
train
they can
station.
achieve and do anything.
Okay, like I'm exiting the
When
train.
they achieve that.
Correct.
And that is, if you can practice that, you are capable of pushing the Mariah Racer to its absolute limits and getting that feeling these racers have with such
Блин,
control
он боком немного,
and
конечно,
mastery
этот
over
корабль
their
клюет.
spacecraft.
G cubed in chat with the quick math here, saying that's 2,160 kilometers an hour. And for us freedom unit users, 1,342 miles an hour.
Beautiful. Awesome, Cube. Thank you for maths, because I have always struggled with that. Thank you. Appreciate it. If we are approaching, if anybody's approaching Star Split and we have the camera, we'll love to see that again, because it is incredible. You have to experience it. I mean, we're chatting about it, we're saying
Давай за
this
Джеля
track is amazing,
полетаю.
but you really have to fly it to really understand how amazing it actually is. It's like watching the Nürburgring
Что мне выделить?
on a camera and saying, yep, long track, lots of turns, but once you're on the track, that's when you really understand the glory and the technical sections of that.
We see Nafty has completed the lap finally.
Oh, rejoice!
Got the check in. We are about.
Я только что вернулся от антенны очень тонко.
35.5 minutes in
Нормально.
the race right now. So just about a quarter in. And
Great shot.
I have to say, a good job, Sheknu. Like, we are barely talking about Sheknu because he's big perfect. Sitting there at the top spot, 3 laps down, no complications. Wow, good job, XGR crew.
Yeah, I'm tempted to start DMing Canadian Maverick and telling him to keep it up, but I don't want to distract him.
Right.
I have tried everything with Nafty. Nothing is working. Come on, Nafty. Go, go, go.
While we've got all these racers on the track, unfortunately we did just have that one crash, but I do want to remind everybody, if you would like to pick up your very own Anzia Racing merch, you will see links dropped in chat throughout the broadcast. In fact, I can do it right now, I think. Oh, okay, if I hit the enter button. There we go. There we go. Yes, the echo's even better than I am. So all you guys got to do is check out that link. You can pick up a wide variety of different merch items, all supporting Anzia Racing, which again is what allows some of the prize pools to be created, some of the rewards for the racers and staff.
Он запалит то, что я настройки открывал.
Please make sure you check that out. You will have unique Star Citizen merch.
Вот только хотел дернуть настройку туда-сюда.
So click the links.
And I gotta say, the shirts, phenomenally comfortable, very well designed.
Не, как бы то, что темно, тоже красиво. Лорель в темноте очень круто выглядит. Но там участки хреново. Жалко, нельзя на мышку как-то забиндить, кроме всяких решейдов. Подобные штуки. Решейды это читы почти. Такое объединение. Ой, я обделил.
Yeah, you were reading earlier when we were talking about it,
снимал
you were reading the quote
сейчас.
in the top. Don't stop until you're
Это можно побольше.
Great racing slogan.
That's what
На
Anzia is
следующем
going
переключении с меня поищу глазками.
Championship. Fantastic. Or is it the Anzia slogan now, Echo?
It's I think it's a statement that individual racers should hold in their hearts, that they should keep racing as individuals in such a competition like Stellar, where they prove themselves as the elite pilots of interstellar bursts. Don't stop until you're proud, racers. Keep racing, keep pushing the limits of these ships. Space Simulation and Star Citizen. You're all incredible and we love watching you.
Huge blackout area here in the racetrack. Jelly just covered it. But there is almost no lighting. There's very low visibility there. You are radar pinging the entire way. Especially for, I want to say it's after Sire. Echo, you might be able to confirm this, but there is one portion where you're getting very low to the ground, but there are rods and sticks coming out of the ground that you are scraping. Am I remembering this correctly from the video?
Oh yeah, so the CBD, the trenches, and they're filled with pipes, all manner of antenna. That trenchway, highly dangerous. So you want to set a good height limit. The bridges are a really good indicator that you're at the right height. That's also your height limit for that section, and it's a lot safer. So you'll see a lot of our racers hitting the top of these bridges, the top of the checkpoints as much as they can, to avoid any of the extra stuff below. And also at the beginning of the race, when you're quite low to the ground following the terrain, there's a lot of trash around Huston there. So if you think Liquid is going through that right now, you can see the ground on his right. It's a bit dark, but there can be some pillars that stick up in the dirt here, and racers have to be high enough to avoid those too.
That is my favorite section because I've been able to learn the track on checkpoint 47.
Yeah, look at this. This corner, cutting across to gate 3, all of these pillars start getting in the way as you cut underneath the pipe, and they have to radar ping.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. They have to find their way, pick their path through there. It's not perfect.
Let's stay with this view because now we will be. Now we are approaching that segment. Now we will have the Sire split.
Sire split time. Look at this. 600 meters a second at full speed in this tiny little corridor. Watch this racer do it. Come on, Liquid. We believe in you.
Perfect. Where's the turn? Here we go.
Look at the thrust and the aerodynamics.
Just before, but getting right back up to 500, 600. And that's where we saw Shaq. Was that no, it was Liquid Prime.
Liquid Prime.
Ate the side of that top rail.
Think about what you just said. Slowed down to 400 plus meters a second.
Right.
And that's the aero grip coming in. As you create drag on the ship, the simulation will pull your speed right down. But because you started at near 600 meters a second, you have an incredible traction with the atmosphere, and that's what allowed Liquid to pull through that tunnel.
Look at these.
Anybody remember the night cycle on Lorville? Is it a 90? Is it 120? No,
is it?
No.
It's a 2.5 hour night cycle, so about 1 hour 15 minutes per day and night.
Okay, right. That's what I was thinking.
Those are razor thin margins, like so close to be blacking out, the red covering your screen, and still dark, and still no rain yet. We still haven't had rain. Very lucky for the racers, honestly, because all the time I was practicing, it was always just raining.
I haven't seen some rain in a while, right? You know,
maybe they've toned it down. Who knows? Maybe they've because otherwise it was always just raining.
Oh no, it's there. We have just been very blessed with clear cloud cover, like no rain coming in during this race. The racers should feel blessed. They have the best visibility, even if it is dark at night.
Yeah.
So they're very lucky, yeah.
Okay, Noise, I won't jinx it. Noise is asking me in the chat to not jinx it. I want to. Don't curse my racers.
I was gonna say, like, the commentator's curse, it can summon a lot of weird stuff out there, but yeah.
I see a Godzilla.
Hey, let me point something out. Lenz and I have, many people have tried to blame us for things on tracks, and we deny all of it.
All of it. We did none of that. Especially involving friendships.
Ловлю тайминг просто со стрима.
Chatter here joining the NZ Racing team, a member of my PJ
Который раз повторяюсь.
Wonderful to see you, sir. But Zieg also showing the age of his playing here, remembers Levski.
Oh, I think I've got some videos. I was doing a video backup the other day, and I think I've got some videos of my first approaches into Levski, and just admiring how far the game has come. since then. And yeah, of course, missing Levski itself was a great location. So yeah, excited to see that start coming back out.
It'll be coming back. Very distinctive hangars, beautiful lighting in Levski. Yeah, looking forward to that. Haskia made a video commercial for Prospector on Levski, and it's a cinematic piece, beautifully done, and he used the lighting of the Levski hangars for the best effect. So yeah, I am looking forward to Levski. I never got to experience that. So yeah, Shekno hasn't crashed yet. Oh, we're talking in the chat about Secretist is asking, has Shekno crashed yet? No, not at all. Very, very consistent. I think he might be from Manfall Down's family, Wayne's family.
Wait, no, Noise Maze. There, blame Secretus.
Ну, сейчас 15 прошел, ну, слушай, прям легко дается.
We're talking. Our job is to speak. People, they're the cursors.
We're channeling their energies here. That's what we are doing.
Right.
Yeah, the new Levski is gonna have it's gonna be an asteroid with main core hole. Beautiful presentation during the SitCon when we got to see what's gonna be coming in Levski. A lot of exciting stuff. Things are definitely moving in Star Citizen verse because we are having so many new things just being introduced to us.
Yeah. Last year's CitizenCon was great. I'm excited. We're just about a month away right now from Digital CitizenCon. It's going to be a 2-hour-long live stream presentation.
За пройденный час.
Yeah, I'm certainly excited myself.
Red, can you set up the thing you'll be doing? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, it's so CIG is sending out staff to a handful of watch parties that have popped up around the globe. And I am actually one of the hosts and organizers for my local group that we ended up getting selected. So we'll have CIG in attendance for the Utah Bar Citizens. And yeah, we've rented out a cinema pub, so a movie theater with a bar attached for the actual presentation. So we'll have it up on the big screen there. And then afterwards, we are migrating over to an arcade bar for a Bar Citizen after party that will be joined with mingling, giveaways, and everything. But that's for the Utah Bar Citizens on the day of. So if you're in Utah or don't mind traveling, come join us at movies, and I'll have a link I can.
Да, доброе утро. Я, скорее всего, после стрима спать рухну.
You can go for it.
Я поспал всего 4 часа.
I'll post the link for those who would like to.
Некоторые из них нормально 3.
I was just gonna say, somehow I don't remember knowing that you were in.
До конца гонки осталось еще 50, ой, 48 минут. Или нет? А, это таймер наоборот, тогда час. Больше.
They have a San Jose, California. They've got Austin, Texas, and Salt Lake. There's one in Arizona. I think it might be Scottsdale. And then they have one in Washington, D.C.
Nafty crash.
Nafty crash.
Just drop that link in chat if you guys, if there's people that are interested in coming over.
Если что, фоном идет и стримы, и гонщики, ну, технические переговоры. Оригинальный стрим можно посмотреть через там сайт Анзи. Есть ссылка.
I'm honestly not very excited about the digital CitizenCon. However, I'm very glad that they made it digital. It really disciplines CIG spending money they don't need to spend.
Невозможно также, только последний раз спал позавчера в течение 2.
It's literally just a PR move. I love seeing that they're.
Не, просто я таблетками сон корректирую, а сейчас, чтобы наверняка проснуться, пришлось без них. Я просто боюсь то, что я под ними просну. Ну, могу не проснуться от будильника. Я про будильник просыпал спокойно.
I'm not that hyped about it. I think that the announcements are going to be hopefully good, but I don't know how much they're going to be able to reveal in a couple of hours. So I'm glad they're doing it, but let's see what the announcements are and how big of a change it might be from last Citizen.
Yeah,
It will be 2-hour long SCL episode, but I would want it to be at least 4 hours.
Если я с ДВГшником немного чувствую, потому что мне приходится еще их стрим отсматривать и Дискорд смотреть.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2020, they had to migrate that way for COVID, and they did another year digital. But yeah, when they came back to LA and Manchester, I actually was able to go and attend both. For LA, we took a crew of my wife's minivan. We rode up all on the windows and Citizen Con or bust, and made a road trip of it, and then also traveling out to Manchester. The community around those events is what is probably one of my favorite aspects, and like the bar citizen movement.
Блин, видно мои видяха реально, приходится сейчас тупо 2 стрима разных варить. Мне там энкодер просто вот 100% бьет беспрерывно. Это Нойс побежал чекать.
But being able to come together in a common area, I feel like the community connection that an in-person CitizenCon provides is a big boost. Yeah, obviously, not having an in-person CitizenCon is a little disappointing because you miss a lot of that. But at the same time, they've got a priority. They've got a game to push out with a deadline and ambitions to be met.
Никто рядом не гоняет друг с другом.
It's certainly. And I've said this a million times. The Star Citizen
Я думаю, один тупо проследую, на шаг не переключусь, так как он первый на пересечениях.
I have had a warmer welcome, more generosity, more support. Star Citizen's community is absolutely second to none that I've ever experienced. I've never seen it anywhere else in the game.
Не, можно. Полосарка на один маврик. Их бюро.
Where you get to come together. I've been fortunate enough to go to some Bar Citizens. I've been able to meet some CIG staff. I've been able to meet gamers that like
Когда два
I've done it
гонщика
everything
кадре,
from
это
local ones all
интереснее.
the way to like TwitchCon.
Комментаторам такое нравится.
It's tough when you lose those moments, but I would rather them make progress on something that they have now given themselves a deadline for. Squadron 42's got to come out in a year. Oh no, wait, what is this?
Jellyhead.
Jelly. Jelly. That is what Crash 4 for Jelly? Am I keeping this right in my head?
Multiple crashes, but the Shacknu still hasn't crashed. What a performance there. He was already 1 lap ahead. Now they're equal, but actually Shacknu is very, very far. Has a very healthy lead on Jelly, and now Jelly has crashed. So, wow, this is.
We've seen Nasty got a 2nd lap in. Tint and Glowstar in their 3rd laps, Liquid Prime and Canadian Maverick in their 4th laps, Jelly and Shacknu in lap 5.
Блин, прям на стриме видно, как я Вектор увожу от Астромедика, не дай бог я его задену. Важный чекпоинт.
With about 1 more lap for folks.
So this is a complex track, and we are already seeing the visibility is very low. We have been racing for pretty much 1 hour, right? Eventually, the fatigue will set in. Like this track only gets harder and harder the more you fly it. Man, you need really good reflexes. You gotta be spot on, and especially if because we are a global event. People are joining from different time zones. I think it gives some people the advantage if they are in the right time zone, if it's like their evening time or their daytime. And for somebody like from Australia, who's just waking up at 3 a.m. to do these races, kind of a little bit disadvantage. And I also like to say
Он меня
that
перечислил,
we're
да.
talking about the CitizenCon and the Bar Citizens.
3 часа утра
When was
проснулся,
the
да.
last time CIG was in Australia?
Been a while.
Good question. Good question.
Been a while. I do remember
Yeah.
I saw somebody. It was a Bar Citizen thread, I think, on Spectrum, and I think there was quite a few comments of when are you coming back home down under? Like, so many Aussies and Kiwis were just kind of like, hey, we haven't seen you in forever. If you're gonna keep spending money on travel, visit us once.
Yeah, we really want one, and we also understand that it's logistically and just even marketing-wise is not a very profitable move. The traveling.
Маврик
if you
нагоняет
needed to
Колосара.
host some event in Australia, again, it's
Нормально.
not that profitable because the population is not that high. The numbers will not be that high. However, we have huge, big fans in Australia and racing. We are Australia and New Zealand community together. Atmo Corsair, he is from Australia. So Mrs. Roberts is also from Adelaide. I don't know. Australia has a very special place in Star Citizen, you know? So we definitely want them to come here. But whenever there's a citizen con discussion, I just don't worry about it because I know I won't be traveling. This traveling is very expensive from Australia.
Yeah.
We will always be digital, so.
Так лагает-то.
Looking here at where our racers are at, we see Quillstar there ahead.
Nafty rejoining.
Canadian Maverick, Tint we saw crossing over another section, and yeah, that statue right in the center. Just look at this skyline that they are racing through today. What?
Мне красный маркер очень не нравится.
Like, this is a video game. Right?
This is a video game. Family. This
is a video game.
Correct.
But you know.
Retarget and Sky.
You're not watching a
This
movie.
is, yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say this is. Thank you, Lens. This is something that, if you didn't know this, you could see. This is Minority Report. This is a, you know, this is a
monitoring.
Oh my God! What the movie version of Cyberpunk?
What
what's
checkpoint do you pass through for the start?
Blade Runner. Blade Runner. Thank you. I was like, Cyberpunk the movie? No, that's not.
Tiger White. The start
You know,
finish line itself.
this looks
Так,
like
сейчас
a Blade
камеру
Runner. This
переключат.
looks like so many movie quality productions. Like I said at the start of this race, guys, if you are new to racing, if you are new to Star Citizen, if you've
Have to
never seen
crash.
this, you are looking at one of the most visually beautiful games that you will ever see.
Absolutely true. This game has captivated me. I do the machinima, right? And the VoIP, the head movements. Oh, we have a ship to start now.
Retargis is Idris.
Oh,
Hang in there, Nafty.
I'm very sad my day is ruined. Okay, so the kind of things that this game allows you to do, the kind of cinematics that you can pull on, is just crazy good. I can't wait for the kind of system like GTA has, the Rockstar editor. If that comes to Star Citizen, you will be able to make movies in this game, which people are
Блин,
already
вот
doing.
Ленс базу выдал.
It's incredible.
Вот надо реально эдитора уровня GTA-шного, потому что в GTA-шке эдитор прикольный. Для гоночных треков. До сих пор из-за этого там в гонке играю. Мне кажется, он даже трекманию завалил из-за этого. Учитывая, как трекмания обосралась последние.
We can fetch it anytime you want. We have some new technology
Let's look at
for you
that.
viewers.
We've had
Let's have a
7
look
laps.
at the positional changes that have happened over the course of the race, Lens. If you want to read that as it comes up, here it comes.
I would love to do that because this is pretty much, I feel like,
Jelly
sort of my baby, because I wanted this kind of breakdown of races so that we can understand and visualize what has been happening. So if you have a look, Shaknu has not had any change, just going straight at it, and 6 laps, we are seeing 6 laps, but 7 laps have been completed, but 6 laps completed, staying in the same position. But then you have
Блин, Ликвид потерял этот гейт, потому что его очень плохо видно.
Pretty good up to lap 3, and then had a crash, dropped to lap 4 or 5, had another crash. So 2 crashes for Liquid Prime. I think we can pretty much attribute these drops to crashes. When they crash, they just naturally drop down. But who has gained from that the most is actually Jellyhead Made, who started from 4th, but just kept on climbing, took advantage, because Tint crashed at the 2nd lap. That gave the best advantage to Jellyhead Made, who is now 2nd in the race. And then you have, of course, Tint having a terrible race today. Was not able to complete one single lap for a very long time, and now running in the 6th position.
Не, ну шаг, ну, прям стабильно. Вот у них там график просто показывает сейчас гонщиков, он прям стабильно первое место всю гонку держит.
Started in 5th, had a crash in his ornithopter, came back again, and then gained 1 position. Not because he was he's I think being consistent on the track, because Tint kept crashing, had multiple crashes, and Quelsar is now in the 5th. And last is Canadian Maverick, who's Red Monster backing. Look at that giant leap after 2nd lap. Canadian Maverick
Look
is now
what surviving can do. That's
Wow.
incredible.
Yeah, I was
Sorry
just
guys,
gonna say, I mean,
I love doing this breakdown, so I just went into my rant.
a lot of credit to Canadian Maverick, who has seen the biggest jump in position since the race began, jumping from 7 to 3rd now. And as Echo just said, this is the testament of endurance. This is what Anzia Racing is all
An
about.
Idris and a
You
Polaris
don't
on the
quit
track
until you
over in
win.
my position. I'm not
And just like the rapid
We just had to
commentators,
crash.
Ну, у нас еще и Полярис.
Red Monster did it. It was Red Monster.
I
It
will
wasn't
say
me.
I did mention Canadian Maverick in our esports chat with that screenshot and said congrats there because yeah, what we're looking at here, the positional changes
Чё, время цыга вызывать?
deliberate, reliable, consistent run on each track, each lap, rather than suffer crashes. But
Чайку
yeah, of
за
course, you get in
такое.
there. And I have to say, watching some of these folks go through those letterboxes, right? The channel runs.
Пока не смотрю туда толком. Главное, что оповестил.
This visual, and obviously, you do this for 2 hours, and you'll feel like you're moving even when you're standing still. You know, I think it would definitely be a mental aspect to maintain the endurance for the entire 2 hours.
Okay, that's a
noise
very
maze.
yeah. What? The interest in Polaris mating causing frame rate issues. What? I think they're having their own fun.
Yeah.
They're definitely having their own fun in their voice channel. I think Draconis is flying. No, but Draconis is not in the Polaris today because he loves to fly his Polaris, and somebody's in the Idris, and they're just having some late night shenanigans.
Boys and girls, this is how Perseus is.
Не, ну Идрис-то ладно еще там лаги создавать, но от Поляра с его тупыми лодами, которые прогружаются по 10 минут.
Thank you to Man Fall Down, dropping 10 more gifted subs.
Wow.
Bringing their total to 28 in the channel so far. Thank you so much, Man Fall Down. 10 gifted subs going out to the community here. I see quite a few names that I know, including some content creators, a racer, Spell Let Loose, who we were just talking to, who spent their first time. Yeah, it's their first time in Anzia's chat, and they're just picking up a gifted sub here. So GG's to all the recipients, and 07s to Man Fall Down.
Familiar names in there as well, the Big Slates and Fat Old Lion.
Loken Plays, a great content creator in the Star Citizen community. Quite a few.
Quite a few. The beautiful drop by Wayne, Man Fall Down, Wayne DC. What a gem. I love this train, man. Also,
there is
Luigi.
Fat Old Lion
Hey,
in
Luigi,
chat right
how are
now.
you? Luigi
Fat
is
Old Lion
another
coming in for the very
great
first
racer.
time.
Oh yeah. A lot of people watching. I'm very happy. This is long. If it's fun watching, guys, I'm telling you, if you actually start practicing and flying, it's even better. But this is like very, very top tier racing right here. Not easy for a track to learn. Not an easy ship to fly. 2 hours of endurance. This needs a lot of dedication. And hats off to everybody who's participating, the people who are striving to become part of the Godly 15. You are giving so much of your time, so much of your talent to make this a success. And it's beautiful because there's also
Либо заблудился, либо сознание потерял на
there's
это.
also delivery GP associated on the
Так, что,
same
на
lap,
шахту, наверное,
which is the
переключиться?
cargo race.
Ниже раз кто-то
Which
есть?
is also
Ну,
going to
изум
take
есть.
place. So you actually in that race, same racetrack, but you gotta do delivery. You actually gotta deliver tofu. I don't know what Echo's gonna make them deliver, but you gotta make deliveries at 4 different points and submit your times
Погнали за
to
ним.
good prices. And
У нас
so
вот
that's
пересечение
gonna
быстрое.
happen for
Первое
this
место
track.
тоже снимать
That's
надо. Я,
gonna
конечно,
also
много
happen
внимания
for
ему
the
уделил
Gravity Coast
в начале,
track.
но
But
заслуженно.
the best thing
Ну,
is
заслуженно
actually
вполне
Red
себе.
Bull is very excited about the Cargo Olympics. We're having a proper dedicated cargo race, which I think me and Papa Juggernaut can maybe win too.
Oh, I was.
Right.
I mean, I will reveal this because the original idea will no longer come to fruition. But I was a co-founder of an industrial org. We specialized in cargo and mining. I mean, just the Happy Haulers. I had gone to Echo a long time ago and said, "Hey, we would love to put on a race with you guys. We want to make this all about hauling and mine. Like, we wanted to create an industrial event." Unfortunately, the org has essentially folded, but for somebody like Red Monster, that is right up your alley, and it's really looking forward to seeing this come to life.
We absolutely have a team getting prepared. I know we were sourcing a TS2 quantum drive to make sure that we had it for our teams there, put their best foots forward. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna sit down with Canadian Maverick and do some trial runs. We're gonna train on the Atlas, right? That Atlas platform, moving things back and forth. So
very cool.
Moving that cargo.
I'm just gonna give everybody who's watching right now just a brief look into the Cargo Olympics. What's gonna happen is it starts at the Terra Gateway. You gotta pick an already chosen cargo which you have already bought, bring it up on the elevator, put it in your C2. C2 is the only ship allowed. Fill it as much as you want. There's no restriction of how much cargo you can put in your C2. You gotta put as much as you want, take off, go through the jump point, go to the Dudleys. What is the name of the station? Dudleys and Daughters? Is that correct?
That's it, Dudley and Daughters.
You go there, you drop the commodity that you brought with you, you submit it to the freight elevator, bring out the next commodity, load that into the C2, fly from the Dudleys and Daughters, go to the jump gate, go to the Magnus station, drop the second commodity, bring up the next commodity, put it in the C2, fly from Magnus, come back to Terra, and deliver everything into the elevator in the Terra gateway. There will be one NCR racing official flying with every single team who will give you points for every single SU of the cargo delivered. This is absolute nirvana for cargo people. This is where all the orgs just need to come and compete. I want to see C2s flying through jump points.
Should be going the right way.
It is definitely a different flavor of challenge. You see what we're doing here is very tight turns, maximum speed. That's going to be more about cargo handling efficiently, effectively, being able to stack boxes onto the grid as a team and cooperate on those events. And of course, yeah, time between each of those locations, making sure you have things set up. The logistics side of me is just, when EchoBit sent me the message about the Cargo Olympics, I immediately had a couple of people in mind right off the bat. I'm like, hey, we should really put in some effort to get this done. So.
It's a beautiful thing. I can already see tempers flaring because, hey, you didn't move that box. Like, this is really a race which is all about team effort. Like, you have to be spot on. You need to know how to handle cargo. Also, the strategy, I was also thinking the way you approach space stations, like approach at fastest speed, get the hangar and just brake as fast as possible, get the landing. I mean, pilot skill in a very different way will be very, very important. That can save you a lot of time. Quantum, and you just told us you're sourcing a quantum drive. Like, yeah, that also makes you play the game in a very different way, right? Like, we need to do the check CCs, or I don't even know where to get the C2's fastest quantum drive. We are also making people play the game. That's the kind of races I like. I'm excited for that.
Best part of it all. Yeah,
Wayne here, Man Fall Down, and Lord Talk, they are part of the top hangar racing, intergalactic racing department, which shot third. They are our people. We are also trying to put a race team together. So let's see how that.
Мне кажется, по дополнительному подлагиванию не понимаю, когда эхо переключается на меня. У меня такой легкий стартер происходит, то что в 10 заново стрима она прогружает.
It is 3 people make a racing team in Cargo Olympics.
Yep. Initially, I think the idea was 4 people, but now it has been reduced to 3, and every single person will be extremely important. Now, well, enough about Cargo Olympics. What we are having here is 7 laps completed by Shaknu. We have 8 laps done. Multiple crashes. Jelly had made Liquid Prime, Canadian Map, Pulsar, Tint, and Nefty. The order is definitely not changing. It has been pretty much the same. The only deciding factor really in this qualifying race has been the crashes. If you crash, you drop down a few. And if the person below you have more crashes than you, well, you stay where you are. So pretty interesting, this strategy on a long racetrack.
Yeah, Red mentioned it earlier, the fact that Canadian Maverick was basically going for that, endurance, reliability, just being consistent. Doesn't always have to be the fastest, but was able to survive and jump from, bottom position all the way to number 3. Currently number 4, though, but that shows the importance of staying alive in this thing. Consistency matters, because now the Canadian has had that other crash.
Там пробили челу Илриса
So we're going to see these shifts like this as people start to get tired. We're going to see this as they start to struggle with darkness. There's going to be quite a few factors that cause more crashes, and that could present some changing opportunities for some of these racers. Shaq so far, still uncrashed. Well done.
This also brings in a very... Sorry, please go ahead, Redmond.
And I was going to say, there have been mentions of some frame rate issues happening based on some ships in the area. So that's one that people are watching out for. Obviously, improving performance as a baseline definitely going to help these racers.
Yeah, for Lens's family and for anybody else who is not familiar with the Star Citizen environment, this game is in alpha status, so it is very early in its development, despite the fact that it's been in development for 13 years. It is very early in its development, and it is not optimized. So there are going to be some frame rate issues. There could be some technical glitches. I said should be as if that's not a thing. Absolutely, they occur. So if you see anything like that, it's because this game is still being built. And even with the quality that you're seeing that in a game that hasn't even reached beta phase. Really impressive.
I wanted to say that this is just a qualifying race, right? And this is more so to cull the number from 18 people participating to 15 people, so who will be racing next weekend for the final Grand Prix. So the grid positions, I don't think they're gonna matter. Even if you start on the first position, if you crash anytime during the race, you're gonna lose positions. So grid positions are not going to be that important, but it's more about these qualifying sessions that we're doing right now, and one in the evening for your time zone, is more about finding over 15 racers for the final Grand Prix.
Whittling those folks down, obviously the ones that, again, were 49 minutes left in this race, over the halfway mark. So, 7 laps here. That's a pretty big deficit that NAFTA would be trying to make up for. And of course, those folks kind of in the mid-range, they're hoping for crashes if they want to stay competitive, knowing that 3 of the racers that are in this phase are going to be eliminated, leaving those final 15. The godly 15.
Godly 15. Yeah, we need a sound for that too.
Lens, I do want to clarify, you were saying that the positioning may not matter. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the positioning does influence the points you receive.
Oh no, and when you as you finish, I think that's where, when you finish the race, that's where the points will matter, but starting grid will not matter, because I think a lot of the racers... I meant the starting positions, so the grid positioning when you start the race. Because I speak to a lot of racers, and it's like a lot of them have the strategy, like just on the start, when the race starts, they like the people to just go. Just let them go and not worry about competing on the lap 1. So it's just so that they just want to survive lap 1 chaos. How beautiful is that?
Coming through.
One of my favorite viewpoints. Honestly, I feel like I'd probably be a turret gunner on the Death Star, trying to take aim here.
Very clever.
Thank you, Astro, for that POV.
That was Astromatic.
Speaking of Astromatic, we just recently received an update from CIG on their plans for medical gameplay. Have you guys had a chance to listen or read some of the updates regarding medical?
I've been seeing a little bit the introduction of MedGel as a resource that's required for respawn, definitely bringing it further into the eventual plan that you won't have the ability to respawn indefinitely. I've got to say, it makes perfect sense that you'd have a crucial resource for that. But yeah, that type of material component requirement makes perfect sense.
It's not Death of a Spaceman. They're not there yet, and they don't think that this is, an official part of that. But having multiple respawn points, perhaps you could have a medbed respawn point, you could have a home respawn point, you could have a space station respawn. So there are medical gameplay things coming. The biggest issue, for those who don't know, was when they introduced the shard system to allow for server meshing. You weren't able to create medical beacons across shards. It became a very serious problem for them. So they've had to reevaluate how this occurs and how they're going to overcome that. But there are going to be far more medical gameplay opportunities in this game in the next year or so.
I understood it correctly, right now what they're implementing is more like a filter system. Like you have multiple respawn points depending on what kind of injury you got, what kind of currency you have, I mean med gels, and what kind of tier rating the ship bed has. So there's a filtering system. Like it will spawn you at the point. It does all the checks now. Like if you have tier 3 injury, the respawn point that you have set, does that ship, like if you have reset your spawn in an Ursa medevac, does that bed have the capability to treat what you have? No. Okay, then I'm going to jump to the next point. What is the next respawn point? Does that meet the conditions? Yes. Okay, respawn there. If it doesn't, if that doesn't meet the requirement, then it throws you to the next respawn point. It's a very good system. The only thing I want them to change, or which I think a lot of people are sharing the same sentiment, is that they have the same requirement, 50 med gels for tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 injuries. I think they need to change that. Like it needs to be higher for higher injuries, some sort of that.
Actually,
but it's a very small mistake.
I looked at that and I thought that was a little bit suspicious too. I actually think we might not fully understand it yet. It might actually, if you treat tier 2, it costs you the tier 3 plus the tier 2. But I don't know if that's the case.
That would be
I
very
thought that
good.
might be what they meant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
T1
thought
might
that
actually
they
need
might-
150 gels.
Because I thought it was strange that they were all the same cost. But then I'm like, hang on, this probably actually compounds because you have to
Echo, if-
heal tiers down.
If you're right about that, and that's the interpretation, or if that's the implementation of it, that's going to get very expensive.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a pricey
yeah.
regen. People are going to. I think that puts my gameplay cycle at risk, which is enter ship, take off, crash, respawn, do again. I don't think I'll be able to do as much of that.
You and I must have gone through the same flight school, because I got to tell you, last Friday we were wrapping up our missions, and I planted my nose right into the back wall of my hangar, with a full crew on board, mind you. We were clown carring in the Pisces.
Oh boy.
With about 6 people, and they've agreed I shouldn't need to drive anymore.
There is not a single member of the PJ Party community that says, "Hey PJ, why don't you drive?" Like nobody does
PJ,
that.
What I usually see on your live streams is like, I remember one person posting this in the chat, and I was so hilarious. It's like, how come every single time I come to watch your stream, you're always waiting for somebody to come
After you
save you?
rejoining?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
It was so funny. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The Cube has.
The most common questions I get are, how long until PJ needs a rescue? How long until PJ crashes, and who's going to die? I love this game. It's great.
It's funny. And Cube says no. It says that the cost of healing injuries is a flat 50 CSCU, regardless of how severe injuries are. Yeah, it still doesn't. It says, but I don't know. Even Echo has a point. But then
I don't
again,
know if it's come together, but we'll see. We'll see.
I think it
They
also
need to
said
change
game
that.
launch, but didn't it also say Star Citizen would launch in
I know.
2014?
I know you were going to say that.
Maybe we don't take
but
their
Squadron
projection.
next year, 100%. Like, for sure, right? That's got to be the
Yes,
case.
thank you, Chris Roberts. on that.
Yeah.
I
And,
actually
uh,
did. I will say, as a matter of record, I do believe that we will see Squadron in 2026, but I believe it will be at the very end of 2026.
Like the 31st December 2026.
Yeah, it's going to be a
at the
Happy New
last
Year game.
hour. It's, yeah. Yep. And then it will probably not work. Then they will have to start releasing hot fixes and patches, and maybe by the mid 2027 we will have something stable. And then everybody will be like,
little
"Yes."
faith. Give a little faith.
Yes.
You don't know
dare you
half of it.
besmirch.
You don't know half of it, Red. I don't even think it's coming in 2026.
Red, let me put it to you this way, sir. You have all the years behind you. I get that. So yes, I am ye of little faith and me of much experience, and you have even more. So you should be more skeptical than I am.
I am definitely more skeptical, but
Good.
understanding what the stakes are for them here. understanding what they're doing to make those happen, right? We've seen a reduction on community shows, ISC, and those events. They're not as long. They're definitely paring that down to keep developers focused on the task. So I see them making a lot of sacrifices to make it happen, and I think things they might not do in previous circumstances. But yeah, you know, a digital CitizenCon that's only 2 hours, you know, rather than having the in-person and putting community managers' time and the folks that are running those events, I think it makes sense that they're pushing really hard, right? It's a big internal priority for them to be able to meet these, and we see the things on the outside that say they're putting their focus where it needs to be.
Yeah, and I think that other than a couple of glitches, we did see a really good presentation at last CitizenCon with that, you know, hour or so demo of Squadron 42 or however long that was. You know, they had a couple of tech glitches, one of which had nothing to do with the game as far as I could tell. But still, it was a great presentation of what should be a very visually interesting game. So yeah, you know, I do think that they are heavily working on this and hopefully not repeating the mistakes of last year's CitizenCon, where they were truly, and I will say this without hesitation, truly abusing their staff. And, you know, forcing 7-day workdays, forcing...
Он самый отстающий, но самый умный из-за этого.
They don't seem to be doing that anymore. I think they've learned a lesson. I hope.
But Star Citizen has to. This is a very crucial time, and they will have to meet this deadline because other games are catching up now.
Да, повешука, они над ним знают, на то он выбывает постоянно с трека.
Boy, that's Star Citizen Light pretty much now, but with base building and economy.
Big deal. But, I do want to call out just something really quick. We did see a change about 5 minutes ago. We saw a change in the rankings. Tint has overtaken Canadian Maverick, completing Tint's 6th lap. Canadian Maverick still trying to get number 6. So we saw a slight adjustment there.
Counting.
How nice is this?
That counts a lap.
Блин, они вывели график в это время. Не, я тогда за ним подольше посижу.
Canadian Mav, and he's lost 2 positions. Beautiful. Yeah. Echo, big congratulations on pulling this off, by the way, to have this happening live. Really good.
А, не, график убрали. Я уж хотел его ник типа вверх, короче, поставить, потому что не график на 2/3.
Can I make you guys have a look at what Draconis has posted in the chat? The region is a flat 1 SCU. Injuries are 50 SCU each, but the beds have different storage totals. T1 for SCU. I'm actually confused.
Ну да, он прям самый аккуратный.
Because each body part can have a tier 2 or tier 3, and then it's a flat rate, but it all adds up on the body parts. That's where they get you. I get you.
Wait.
So don't get too. Don't
so what would you do? Yeah, but that. Okay, I'm so confused now. What would you do? So let's say you fly like Red Monster and I. What would you do if you just slam into a planet?
Canadian map just crashed. Canadian map just crashed. Continue to Apache. Just wanted to.
No. I appreciate you calling that out, but I'm very confused now. If that's what's happening, it's understandable if you die from gunshots. You know, obviously, you know, might have a tier 1, might have a tier 2, might have whatever. If you just slam into a planet, everything's a tier 1. So do you just get charged for every body part? Is there a sum total? Now I'm lost.
Yeah, we need some more detail.
Построить главное не вмазаться.
Eventually, no.
CRG will hear us, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're thinking. Yep, let's see if we can improve on that guide.
Yeah, we're gonna have the master modes of regen. This is not good.
Oh boy. When are we getting the next flight model? Yeah, when are we getting the next flight model?
Sorry.
Yeah, Draconis is on it. Like, he's like, Papa J has a point. I don't think they thought of that. So yeah, it's definitely weird.
А, со скоростью перебираем. Блин, он на Сантака, я не умею.
Technical, logistical issue is that any gameplay loop has a lot of edge cases because so many loops, so many different things come together into it.
Good way to put that.
It's very complex. A very complex game. Yeah.
It's actually one of the things that I love about this game. I hate the mission creep at CIG. Sorry, you guys have gotten so distracted on so many different things over the last 12 years. Sorry. I hate seeing the mission creep and all the new ideas that have to get built. You know, it's like, oh, let's make a paint. No, just shut up. Just make a game. But my point is, it is CIG has made such a detailed environment, such a detailed economy, that to flush all of that out takes time. And as you just rightly, I think, described it, these are edge cases that you have to have an answer for, because you're not doing teleportation, you're not doing video game magic, you're not doing these things that are unrealistic. And I think that, you know, it stretches out the timeline a little bit, but it's going to give you a more immersive experience than you will get anywhere else.
Very good example of something very small but giving you big headache is the whole inventory spawn system. Because they remember when they introduced the new inventory system, then to get your gun, get your armor, you had to call the freight elevator, and everything will come on the, like, why would, but that was the right implementation, but they didn't even think of, okay, we have created a complete mess of everything, and that still hasn't been solved. Like, how do you actually keep it immersive, keep it true to the gameplay, and still have the kind of specific inventory system that you want to really put it out there? Because there's so many edge cases that will pop up if they go into that, and the armors closets in the ships also tie into that. How do you utilize those? So yeah, Star Citizen, very big, expensive, a leviathan of a game with multitudes of edge cases, and a lot of them we haven't even seen yet.
I want to thank Noisemaze for giving us that heads up that we have a Star Rise coming. So looking forward to seeing a little bit of a change of scenery here.
Beautiful way of saying that.
And
Star
also,
Rise.
Just for everybody who has not been watching the clock, we are coming up on the final 25% of this race. We've got our final 30 minutes. We're about 5 minutes away from that. So what you're seeing now are probably going to be the positions. Maybe somebody moves one or two, but we're getting pretty close to wrapping this up here and seeing where these are going to wrap up and finalize.
Echo, do we know who has the fastest lap, and what is that lap time?
The fastest lap of the session is Shaknu with an 8 minutes and 53 second lap on his first lap. Absolutely blistering first lap pace. Well done.
And who's the second fastest? Like, not the Shaknu,
Second
but
fastest
who's the second
behind
fastest?
Shaknu.
Yeah.
I guess is Liquid
Prime with a 9 minute flat lap. Also on their first lap.
Yeah, if you guys remember when we were seeing the launch of this race, I was talking about the fact that
very
Shaknu and
close.
Liquid Prime were so close to each other. They had this gap that they maintained. Liquid was very, a healthy distance away, but it seemed so consistent. So to see that Shaknu had the fastest lap on their first lap, Liquid Prime.
Не забывай, что здесь поворот на финишную.
In fact, Liquid has just completed 8 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Liquid Prime has completed 8 laps. Very healthy lead to Jellyheadmaid, Tint, Kelsar, Canadian Maverick, Nafty. Everyone else beyond those two has suffered significant crashes. It's been very unfortunate. These are racers that have trained a lot for this race. We hate to see the crashes happen, but that is Star Citizen Racing.
Shaknu right now is definitely making his way towards being the godly 15. Look, this performance is amazing. This is an amazing performance from Shaknu today.
Yeah, just based on the lap advantage right now with 33 minutes left, yeah, pretty much locked in. If he were to stop on the track right now for the rest of the race, I still think he'd be 5th, maybe 6th place. Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, that's clever. Yeah. Yeah, but don't
Also,
do that, Shaknu.
Yeah, Shaknu, please. We're still watching a race. But I want to remind everybody in chat that you are watching the first qualifier here. This is the US and Australia qualifying leg of this new race, and you may be present for the first win of our future Dragon of Orville. We're watching a truly incredible race here from Shaknu, so you may be part of that history.
What Shaknu is doing today is like Max Verstappen dominance, or like Lewis Hamilton or Mercedes were dominant. He's just gone off in the distance. Yep, watch the rest of the races. I'm already winning this. He's got it in the bag. He's got both of his hands on this qualifying race, and he will definitely be the one everybody else will be watching out for in the next weekend when we have the final Grand Prix. Not a single crash. What an amazing performance.
It really is.
Great
It's
views
setting
from cockpits
the
here
high
as well.
part of this.
Amazing. Well done. And Tint has gone to 4th position. Like, you know, Canadian Mav had really good mid race, but now the crash in the late game has caused him to dwindle down a little bit. Quite a lot, actually. And Nafty is still at the last position. Interesting dynamics. This will be very engaging when we have the Grand Prix happening and all these races are there. I mean, you can imagine for the next week, all the people participating, the 15, the godly 15, how much time they're going to spend just practicing.
Red, I'm curious for you, and you know, Lens is talking about team performance and practicing for things like this. For you as a team leader, you've got obviously somebody who is in this race with Canadian Maverick. We're down now to our final 25%, probably our last 3 laps, let's say, certainly for Shaknu. Is this a time where you would be advising Canadian Maverick to maybe not rely on the consistency and start pushing some edges, start shaving some corners? Where do you think the racers should be today in terms of a strategy to close out this race?
Well, yeah, to speak as the pit crew, the pit boss there, maybe. You know, I think Canadian Maverick had 2 back-to-back crashes that really robbed that position from, you know, 3rd or 4th way out, and those crashes are going to be super difficult. He has a 3-lap lead on Nafty right now between 6th and 7th place. So my advice would be to run it conservative, get the laps in rather than risk it and take the crash. You're gonna get more laps by being a little slower, you know, because slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? So that would be my advice here, just to keep in there, right? You don't have to be the fastest, right? You don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your friends.
Так, другого гонщика, желательно парного.
Zombie Survival Guide, page 12, yep.
Летит колесо рядом летают. Ну-ка. Да.
So let me do this then. Before I ask you a follow-up question to that, I'm going to turn over to Lens for a second. Lens, let's say you were running the Red Racing team and you were talking about where Canadian Maverick should be going. I'm going to change topics in a second, but where would you be advising? Is this, hey, if you accelerate, if you push the envelope here, you're going to potentially overtake Kelsar and grab number 5? Where would your advice fall?
Городского летает только еще типа.
As I said, where you
Это
start
разворот,
on the
это
grid
ты
position is
колесо
not gonna
разбился.
matter because in come Grand Prix, it's more important to be consistent. Take this qualifying race as a practice session in a proper simulation.
Сказал повыше, а то не график.
Just be consistent. Try not to
свой.
crash. Definitely, it's true for all Star Citizen races.
Okay, so Red, I'm going to flip this up a little bit. We've had a very competitive race now for positions 1 and 2. If you were advising Liquid Prime, let's say you took over Sanguis Luna for a second. If you were advising Liquid, oh no,
Quell crashed.
Kelsar again. My friend. Anyways, so let's say wait.
Shaknu crashed.
First time crash.
Wow. He's just doing it for the
Чаку. Первый чел крашнулся.
Just done it
Первый, который
just
идет.
to show us, because there's a conversation in the chat that he's a robot by Secretist. He's just proving he's not. He just did this for fun, guys.
Они типа рофлят, что типа там они думали, что это робот.
So let's go back. Let's say you take over Sanguis.
А теперь доказала, что
Maybe this
нет.
changes your answer. I
Он
don't know, but
крашится.
Shaknu has just crashed. Liquid Prime only a lap behind. Where would you be advising Liquid Prime to be racing right now? What do you advise?
It's a qualifier race. I would just say enjoy the last couple of runs. You've got a couple of lap lead, so don't take any significant risks. But really focus on mastering the track. Maybe you can get a little creative and see if there's a better line to run here. Obviously, getting good practice time on this track.
Nafty rejoining at Astromatic.
9-minute long lap, so there's a lot of opportunities to maybe find a good line and just explore that a little bit more on a slower pace so that you aren't going to risk getting destroyed, but you can take that and really use it as like kind of a practice run before you get into the the official Grand Prix race next week.
The racers, keep that in mind. You've got pretty consistent advice here from the commentary booth. Take that for what it's worth, but it sounds like the advice is protect your position. Don't try to overtake because the risk may be too great.
If you ask me now, that same question, I will actually change.
Возьмем левый, потом вправо резко рулит, да?
No, yeah. No, because it's very, it's. I know it's fun, but
No,
it's a
он
very
резко
beautiful
влево и
line of
потом
questioning that you're
вправо.
doing. But I will change my question. You know why? Because Sangus Luna, it's not just Liquid Prime is backed by Sangus Luna. It's also Jellyhead and Quelsar.
Yeah.
So they have 3 people
Also,
racing here. And if I was leading Sangus Luna, one thing I know about Sangus Luna is they're very dominant. They like to just win every single thing. They're the Red Bull, not the current Red Bull, you know, the older Red Bull. So they want to dominate everything, even if it's a qualifying race. No, we want the top position. I don't know how they operate, but if I was, my perception is, if I was Sangus Luna, I'll be like, I am not happy with the second position. Look at, I want you to be number 1. So win it for me. So maybe that kind of thing, because they have a huge reputation. They're very, very fearsome.
Alright,
team.
racers, a
And
slightly late update. Just
even
under half
it
an
kind
hour
of has a
left, and
psychological
usually start
effect on the
rise.
other teams as well, that, you know, Sangus Luna, they're gonna bring their top A game. So it'll be very interesting. I think we should ask the Sangus Luna people what they would advise, but I will change my question. I'll be like, Liquid, push, win it.
So your advice to Liquid would be different from Canadian Maverick. You would be, because, and
Right
that's
right-
also one of the
right
reasons
after
that I'm
Echo
using
Flip.
these 2 racers as examples for this question, is because Liquid Prime is, again, a lap behind. What is it, 12? It's a 12 minute. That's a pretty big lap gap. But, you know, 12 minutes behind Shaq-Nu, maybe not overcomable, even with Shaq-Nu's crash, but we'll see where that falls. But Canadian Maverick's in a different position. Only 8 minutes behind, essentially 1 lap time behind Kelsar. Canadian Maverick started earlier, so I think it's a different scenario. So that's why I think that those 2 would be
another crash for Quell.
Echo Flip to what? How was that a comment?
Echo Flip too hard. Okay.
Okay, not sure how that
Oh,
causes a
that's
Kelsar
right.
crash.
The end of gate 1, the vertical hairpin flip, I named that after myself because
yes,
I
of course.
closed off the
it's
end of the track.
Track section.
Okay.
And
yeah,
Echo
section of the
flipped
track,
my
so
flip
the-
too hard.
The Echo flip.
The Echo Flip.
Like
Yes.
Do you guys remember the tint flick?
Oh yes.
That's
yes,
in
yes,
black.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Gotta also say, Tint is here, even though it did, like we didn't talk about it. Frontier Consolidated. He's representing Frontier.
У меня уже рука так устала, мне стакан трудно поднимать.
Luna, XGR, Frontier Consolidated. And
В
Red
принципе, если бы
Monster.
сейчас неверное движение сделал, может быть, его на клаву немного обронил.
Who's Nafty representing?
Nefty represents Frontier Consolidated. They're a Frontier Consolidated racing team member, a buddy with Tin, racing together. We also have Noisemaze, our race director from Frontier Consolidated. So just huge support from them. Every race that we do. Appreciate you guys.
I will say, I love Nafty, but I was going to say that Nafty is represented by the salvage and medical gameplay circles of Star Citizen.
Today, at least. Yes.
Yeah.
And Gerbo in the chat says that he's, of course, Sangus Luna. We have enough people in pit crew at the moment, too. So it's like, we have spares, man. Like, see, this is Sangus Luna mentality. They're like, we don't care. We just want to dominate. We just want to win every single thing. It's right there. But also, by the way, Gerbo the gnome is actually not a gnome.
How dare you?
No, seriously. Just
Whoa.
absolutely, the world collapsed for me the day I found out. He's actually a human being, not a gnome.
No, I don't know why you're spreading this misinformation and lies. This is not a disinformation campaign. You stop with your fibbing.
I love him.
Tip your pit crew.
But you know, the funny thing is, if you read Gerbo's comment in chat, sort of with a different tone, I think that's the Thanos guide to racing. Just, I don't care how many people I have to kill. I have more bodies.
I have more bodies. Oh, brother, that is beautiful. Beautiful way of putting it. Love it.
Plenty of people talk about it, but not everyone has the will. Gerbo's like, I will murder everyone on the team. First place.
Oh, May I say that I have actually been missing Papa Juggernauts, these words of wisdom for a while now, because these flashes of genius that
Да, прям канадин Маврик очень вдумчиво каждый поворот проходит.
I love it.
Тормозит много. Но на прямой прям шифтует люто.
Arches.
So sorry, joining
Unbelievable.
Astro
Such a
in about
thing
10
to watch.
kilometers.
Thank you, Kelso.
I will say this is one part of Loreville that I've never understood. Why this part is blue? No other segment of the city is blue. It's this part of the track.
Yeah, it's very cyan,
illuminated
right?
blue. Yeah.
Yeah, all the bridges, and I think it's the underlighting of the bridges, which is kind of cyan. It's like this on the side profiles. Yeah.
Perhaps this is the medical research area, and they just chose a different color code.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
So this is regen research. Yeah.
Different
This whole
areas
segment is
of
very cyan.
the ship might have different paint. You know, the city might go by the same.
Sure.
Блин, что-то я так привык к освещению тому, а теперь
Lacrita says, I think as
мне
a
кажется,
team,
это
we
странно.
resupplied the most razors to our racers.
I think mostly to Qualsar.
I mean, they make up what 40% of the race of the racers right now.
Now you have to be.
Canadian
You have
Maverick
to have.
there. Quelsar, Liquid Prime.
Yeah. Jelly,
So,
Liquid, Kelsar. Yeah.
Secretaries, are you guys flying off from Everest Harbor then to fix that, to have that advantage of 600 meters per second? Is that how you guys doing it?
Crashed again.
Are you coming from Everest Harbor, or are you launching for Lorville and just taking the
Harbor, yeah.
deficit at this stage? I'm very interested to know about that. Sunrise, Starrise, as Papa Juggernaut said, is look at this beautiful. And now we'll have the barrel roll.
No, I have to give credit to Noisemaze. That was what Noisemaze called out as part of the race commentary, or the race director's commentary. Said that it was Star Rise, which is fair because the sun is a name that we give our star, but it is star's a star, so it's Star Rise.
The sun is a star.
I
but
never
not
thought
all
about
stars
that.
Are suns, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Venn
Right.
diagram, sir.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
so
that's-
it's
that's why
star
it's-
rise.
It's
It's how to get
beautifully
your naming conventions proper.
Stars. Yeah. Secretary says not confirming anything or denying anything. Trade secrets. They're definitely doing something. A ship destroyed again. So stop chatting. Please supply another ship to Quelsar.
Oh, Kelsar.
Quelsar flipped even harder. Ugh. All right. Well, that leaves an opening for Canadian Maverick here, who was actually just behind Quelsar on that last, as we saw them coming through. So the timing here plays out a little bit better. There's still 19 minutes left, but clean runs here from here on out should be the
Racers,
priority
we
for
are
everybody,
approaching 20 minutes remaining. 20 minutes remaining.
We can pretty much freeze Shaknu and Liquid in those positions, I reckon. Tint even, but there's a chance for Jelly to, because they're both on lap 8, trying to finish their next lap. So not sure if that'll
That's what I'm
change.
talking
But
about.
we might have a
Anton
change
Jelly,
in Canadian.
Kelsar Canadian, like these are closer, and that's why I think that question matters for race strategy. Is are you trying to protect what you have, or are you trying to claim whatever you don't? And I think that comes down to each team's individual strategy, but that could be, I mean, quite plainly, guys, that could be the
Какой же
point
он
difference when
медленный
we get to the
все-таки, я,
end of the
конечно,
series.
боялся его вылетать. Ну, блин, я просто вот даже зависаю, тут топ поворот пошел.
We got 10, 11 racers
Надо повыше.
that'll be competing for the EU Asia qualifying run to go into those final 15, with 3 racers total being eliminated from this qualifier round. So yeah, with 1, maybe 2 here, and then just depending on how things go next with the EU Asia qualifiers. So, it
Just to
could very
clarify,
well
that is
be-
not next week. That is in just a few hours.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we have more racers competing in that one. There's 18 flyers in there. Oh, sorry. How many?
No.
I'm wrong about that. Sorry. So I'm gonna count.
Вот этих двоих.
11. I think we have
Tomorrow.
11. We have 11 races for that, the EU qualifying, EU and Asia, and we'll have Fresh, Ball Talk, Dude, Playing Fox, Jacodin, Huru, Herbie, Computer Jesus File, Normal Rocket, and Rentier Rich competing in that qualifying race.
На сейчас и Маврика нагонят. В принципе, если бы за Мавриком летел, можно было бы не стопориться.
You know, just speaking numbers-wise, a little bit larger pool, and maybe a few more crashes. Some folks having a struggle here. You know, we talk about Nafty here only with 3 laps down, having some really difficult times. You know, if others are having similar problems to what Nafty suffered right now, that could really turn the page. We might see 3 people from the EU Asia be eliminated because of those issues. We hope not. We'd like to see some good racing out there with a number of laps completed. But yeah, obviously, if you're Nafty right now, you're not feeling great about the situation. Just hoping that they're the same struggles you've got.
Just a quick reminder for everybody, want to let you know that as we just talked about, the EU and Asia qualifying race is in just a few hours here. It should be, if my math is correct, somebody can correct me, but I believe it's 11 a.m. GMT. So do your math accordingly. It is 4 a.m. on the Pacific coast of the United States, 7 a.m. on the East Coast. But like I said, it should be about
6 hours from now.
GMT.
You get 2 races from us this weekend. How lucky are you?
6 hours, yes. And we'll be returning. I think Papa Juggernaut, me, Dashmaster, and Dirk, we will be here in the commentary booth.
Yes, and I believe Dirk is going to be doing race analysis for us on that particular team.
And Red Monster will be having his beauty sleep. Or maybe mining, I don't know.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I'm not on camera right now, but if you'd see me, you'd know whatever beauty sleep I've tried to get has not worked.
Well, your t-shirt makes up for it. It's all good. You look great.
That is true. That is true.
Great reminder, everybody, if you want to pick up your own Anzia Racing merch, all you've got to do is go to the link that you see dropped in chat throughout the race. You can also do !merch in chat, and you will have it brought up on demand. But you can get a variety of different Anzia pieces for yourself. Equip yourself, equip your team, and you can do that to support Anzia Racing and the many industry-leading events that they put on here in the Star Citizen. So check that out when you can.
And we've got a rejoin from Quelsar.
And he has dropped. Canadian Maverick has taken the 5th position. That just happened now. There you go. Consistency pays definitely for Canadian Maverick. If he didn't have those 2 crashes, I think he would be very solidly in 3rd or 4th position. And also Tint has climbed up now. Tint has is front rear consolidated. The 3rd position. Jelly had made is in 4th position.
Hang on a second. Am I reading this
Jelly,
correctly?
on the screen, is right behind Tint. We could see a change in the last 14 minutes.
Wow.
Jelly is slowly creeping up on Tint here.
Yeah. To comment on that, I was going to comment on Liquid Prime only being 2 minutes behind Shaknu. This is a closer. We've got some packing going on. We've got some.
Look at that. They're in the same tunnel at the same sire split. The same section. This is very intense.
Да, они вот их обсуждают, а меня вот периодически на их камеры перекидываются, что они типа друг за другом летят, они по порядку также идут.
This is this is qualifying and definitely being treated as a race. Very cool.
No, they're keeping it competitive.
All right, so let's go back. If you are advising Jellyhead at this point, are you telling them start cutting these corners, start shaving some time off, take out Tint? Is that the advice, or is the advice protect where you're at? If you take it, you win it. Good, good for you.
No, I will say Sengasuna on 2nd and 3rd positions sound pretty good to me. So, yep, just find the part of the track where you're most confident and overtake in that section.
Yeah, I will say right there, Tint had a very good turn. I probably bought a few fractions of a second there from Jellyhead. Tint made a very tight turn.
Yeah, definitely choose your position that you want to try and make that overtake. If you see the gap, go for it. But if you're not confident, just wait, because I guarantee you, Tint, he's probably using that reverse camera and he's seeing just how close they are together. If not, maybe he's watching, right, or listening in, and hears just how close this turn is going to be. And yeah, as they get through this warehouse
look at
area,
how close they are.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, hey man, look what Secretus is saying. He's faster, and he can easily pass Tint, but he doesn't need to rush it. There's time. That's what Sangustuna is like. Okay, give him a little bit of hope, and then snatch it.
Very tight turn from Jelly. Very tight turn.
Beautiful. But nothing to take away from Tint. An amazing flyer. And
he's doing
I've
great.
seen Tint is fantastic. And seen him practice on live streams with Smithy. It's a great person to hang out with. So all of these guys are just pretty fantastic.
And it looks like that was the overtake just there.
Yep.
Right as they drop in, just nudging ever so
Jelly
slightly
обогнал
out of that
Тинта.
corner.
Huge pipeline section. This is what I'm talking
Waiting
about, guys.
for
This
the
is where you're
opportunity
racing.
and taking it.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's very clever. It's properly set by Cube in the chat. 400 meters is less than 1 second of a distance in this race. So it's 1 second, and then that advantage is gone. So I'm very happy we're having this excitement happening in the closing part of the qualifying. What's going to happen between Jellyhead has actually overtaken Tint right now. Wow. There we go. Did it just happen now?
Yeah, but Tint's not letting him breathe.
It did.
Yeah.
Yep, Tint's not letting up. Tint passing.
Again.
On the straight.
Is Jelly just... How was Jelly so slow? Maybe he ran out of boost, hey?
Did you just say Jelly was slow?
Yeah, he was. How did Tint just overtake him on that straight section? I mean, from his standard. He just overtook him on the straight section.
Между ними прям более напряженная борьба, чем...
Look at
Jellyhead
Christ
made
there.
that move, and Tint took it personally.
Right?
Это
I'm
вот этих
also
двоих
saying
обсуждают
Tint took it
активно.
personally on his own highway. That was the highway that we named
That's the
after
Tint
him
highway.
when he did voice acting for us in the machinima. And he took the position back on his
Блин,
own
я
highway.
надеюсь,
So
я
good
медик не
job,
напугал,
Tint.
кстати, я что-то его вообще не
Here's the
увидел.
thing, if this was a movie and we were watching the cockpit, the Tint went at that stage, not on my highway, boy. And here's a shot of a gear going up and throttle being pushed.
Here we go. Jelly is just boosted. Jelly was at one point just a few seconds ago 1.3 kilometers back from Tint. Now closed that to about half that distance. By the
Now
way, ladies and
Tint
gentlemen, that is the
slowed-
Echo Flip. That is the Echo Flip that Kelsar was saying he crashed.
Yeah. And you see he's got Tint targeted there. It looks like just trying to keep an eye on where he's at, positioning-wise.
That's a very good thought, Cube. Let's
Neck
hope
and
that ace
neck.
comes.
We are under 10 minutes left to race. Let's hear it in chat for your guys' favorite racer today, who you thought took the crowd favorite MVP out there.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, pilot of the day.
Racers, we are approaching 10 minutes left in the
Interesting.
race.
Tint
I'm
and
calling
Liquid
a
Prime
white
both
flag
one lap behind Shaq.
the next time the leader crosses the finish line.
I'm sorry, no, Tint is 2 laps behind. I take it back. Jellyhead still very close. Kelsar only 3 minutes roughly behind Canadian Maverick.
Tint is one lap behind. Oh no, Tint is 2 laps behind. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah. Both Tint and Jelly are like that's the struggle for the third podium place. First and
Yeah.
second, I think very solid. Shekno and Dico.
What a battle there.
It seems to be, and I think I've observed this now for quite a few minutes in a row here. Tint is taking wider, smoother turns. Jelly seems to be far more cornering, far more aggressive cornering, and maybe that's why this is so competitive. Is it's 2 strategies that are playing themselves out differently over long distance.
That's completely right.
Which one? One is smooth, one is sharp. Let's see. It's very
Here comes
exciting.
Jelly, very close.
Yeah.
Tint with a boost. Tint is boosting through that straightaway. Jelly again closing the distance. Here we go again. Couldn't do it on a single boost. Could not do that on a single boost. Very close. And Tint, huge breakaway right there.
I mean, whoever does this,
Closing those gaps.
the gap is about 700 meters. It's kind of 2 seconds
No,
gap.
They're fractions of a second.
Yeah.
It spreads out to 700. It shrinks down to 400. These guys are right on top of each other and not giving up anything easily.
I think it's also a big morale booster, like whoever comes on top. good taste of the Grand Prix. And this is all this practice, let's be honest, all this learning of the track and this grind
Тут
is for
влево.
moments like these.
Резко, потом
This is
вправо.
what gets the blood flowing for the
Никак не
racers.
запомнишь.
These battles.
Oh yeah. Adrenaline pumping. I guarantee Tint saw Jellyhead come in right over the top of him, pull that inside corner. So, you know, like you said, not today, not on my highway.
Yeah, right.
Ну, блин, сейчас они оба гонят, в рамках них точно мажется.
With a lap completion, Liquid Prime is only about 2.5 minutes behind Shaq-Nu. So that distance has stayed pretty consistent since Shaq's crash.
Do we know what was the gap before Shaq-Nu crashed? How far was he before? I
believe it was 2 laps.
Wow.
But right now it's 2 laps, it's 2 minutes.
How many crashes did Liquid have today?
Oh, too many.
Liquid Prime? Really? Wow. Okay.
I want to say it was at least 2?
I think it was 2. It was, Quelstar had multiple crashes. I think Liquid had 2 crashes today. 2, I think. Yeah, 2 crashes for Liquid. How many crashes had Quell had, Synchronous? If you know. Shaq was 1, correct.
Well, yeah, Quelstar, I'm not sure.
I
but
guess it's
I will
5.
say, my feeling is that when I am commentating, Quelstar has more crashes, just to make sure I don't talk about him too much, right?
That is not how the universe works.
No.
I mean, if you guys are seeing this on your screen, Jelly was just parallel with Tint for a second, but didn't get the overtime.
So I don't know. Feels bad, man. Lost
Quite
count.
intense.
Yeah.
All right, we see Quelstar at about a 3-minute gap behind Canadian Maverick. You know, we've got 5 minutes left here. We get the white flag called. So, they'll be able to wrap up the final lap, get the time for this lap, and that will play into the overall positioning. But
this will be exciting to watch this the split section in the chase mode. Here goes Tint, and here goes Jelly. Man, they are making this look so easy, and I died. I don't know how many times that day, Echo. Just to do it once.
You tried quite a lot, but you get there. When you get it, you get that feeling the race is in.
Yeah, and you watch Jelly is just running his boost right down to about the 25% mark. Right?
Yeah.
Not fully draining it.
Yes. Better recovery that way. They're definitely putting the show on. Yes, Raging. Definitely we are having a show put on by Tint and Jellyhead. Yeah. This section is all red. And there's a very tight right-hander here during this arch here. This is very tough to pull off, but look at that. There are 3 of them back to back. My God, these guys are on a very different level, man. Oh my, skill set is just so high.
Yeah, and really demonstrating the proximity they're taking these turns to, the accuracy and precision they're demonstrating, it's amazing. You've got to know this track inside and out. Obviously, a lot of practice, and it's paying off for these guys as they are neck and neck. Any lack of confidence.
Right
there. You gotta know all the collision boxes. Some of these geometries extend out, and you might think there's nothing there, but there are things there. Take it from me. I have
overtake.
Took it.
Oh yeah, let's see if it sticks.
Took it. 3.5 minutes left to go in this race. Jellyhead has just overtaken Tint. They are separated by meters.
Tint is Tint went way too wide on that.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Right there. Look at what Jelly just did. Very tight turn. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit of speed, but that angle could be the difference. And now he's opening a gap against Tint.
That's what Synchronous was probably talking about. Like, yeah, we got plenty of time. We'll do this overtake. If Jelly pulls away now, that will tell you that maybe he was just holding back and just chilling.
Mind games like a predator.
Very risky strategy. Very risky.
Come on, Tint. Come on, Tint. Do the flick maneuver. I really want Tint to come back and take this turn. So this part of the track is actually...
coming there?
Oh no!
No! I shouldn't have switched.
Canadian Mav is stuck in a death loop.
No explosion yet, though.
Yeah.
Yes, if he takes control, great recovery.
Wow.
Keep going, man.
Wow.
600 meters a second, and they don't even have a major torque imbalance. I sit wrong in my chair, and I can't fly the damn ship.
I think that just means you're getting old.
What is happening? Oh my gosh.
What a recovery there.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Jellyhead is that might have saved him the position. Oh, but
spin to win. Thanks, Noise. Noise drops it with spin to win.
Oh, sorry.
Lord. Tint is not letting this up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are under our final 2 minutes of the first qualifiers for this race series. Stellar is coming to a close here, and then in just a few hours, we're going to be launching the EU and Asia qualifier.
Tint is fighting back. Oh no. Jellyhead boost. So
Он хотел сказать, типа, все Тинт опять впередил.
Jelly was holding 20-30 boost more.
Я думаю, они сейчас в туннеле где-нибудь разменяются. Там участок очень всратый, еще и пусть просаживает.
Yeah, and we also have
White flag.
White flag. White flag.
Time to take a shot.
Everybody at home following the drinking game, please dial your emergency services now. You are inebriated.
Yes, thanks to Qualsar.
God, could you imagine having the Sanguis Luna
The leader is on the final lap. And check if once the leader has passed.
And also, very unfortunate right near the end here for Qualsar with that crash. So, obviously, given the opportunity to rejoin potentially, with the white flag being called afterwards. So, yeah, that's gonna be up to what's the official ruling for that, Echo Bit?
Can you repeat that one more time?
So the white flag was called after Qualsar had.
Yeah, and just to confirm, Kelsar, you're free to rejoin.
Is he allowed to rejoin with the white flag?
Yes. Yes. So white flag just means races keep going. If Kelsar can make it back out to the track, he can finish the current lap that he's on. He has to get to that rejoin point though. He cannot.
Так, понял, Кварсар должен перезайти. Вернее, может перезайти за белого флага. Тинт нагоняет, Тинт нагоняет, Тинт нагоняет.
Looks like Canadian Maverick has taken over with the 50% mark there. And this battle again with Jellyhead, Pete, and Tint going head to head through that tunnel area.
It's still going.
Tint regaining ground again, not letting up.
Yeah, 150 meters, maybe 200. These guys are so close. This is nothing in the world of boost.
I've never appreciated Laura as much as during these 2 hours of qualifying race. I mean, we're getting these beautiful views of looking at how these tunnels and how these segments and channels work. Beautiful, beautiful.
Well, and one other thing to highlight here, the folks that are giving us these overhead view camera angles, the skill they're demonstrating, maneuvering through these skyscrapers, getting us these great angles. We haven't yet had a camera operator collision, have we?
What you're saying, Red, is that this race is not official yet because Oleg hasn't crashed yet.
That's true.
Qualsar did get a rejoin.
Oleg Stream just says you have a crash there. You know what you have to do.
What did Tint just do? Look at these turns. Lost it on that one.
This is a very challenging section. This is the section I hate the most. Just going through those arches back and forth, I don't like it. Yeah.
That is the word I kept thinking. It's an S track. No, it's a slalom.
Is it a slalom here? Or is it a chicane? I've heard that term. Somebody who's not in the racing, real world circles, I guess. Is it the chicane? I don't know.
Never mind. I'm going back to my original. It's the S track.
It's just way too many arches back to back. I absolutely hate them. Like just twisting and turning, twisting and turning. The channel section is very entertaining. The Cyrus bit is very, very entertaining. I mean, it's actually challenging for the races, but as a bad pilot, I don't like that section at all.
Yeah, as a bad pilot, I also don't appreciate that section, but it's probably where I would I would be focusing my efforts on training.
And thanks for more subs, Wayne, Manfall Down. Thank you for that. And that's gold. I see a lot of people watching and not chatting, but saying thank you when they get the sub is a very nice gesture. So thank you for doing that. Spell did that previously, and everybody else who does that, thank you guys for doing that. It's the niceties that make us human beings. So keep at it.
Welcome into chat, Duchess Gold.
Jellyhead is, I think. Okay, we start. This is just the start of the lab, so they have the whole lab to go. Let's see if Tint can make some progress, but that's the Sangus Luna for you. There we go. Jellyhead made the move. Liquid Prime, Jellyhead, both for Sangus Luna, securing position second and third in this qualifying. But oh man, the best golden Hulston Dynamics statue goes to Sheknu for that amazing performance. One single
Ну,
crash.
что они вышли на круг, на котором уже все, ничего не смог сделать с столицей. Походу.
G-Cubed providing in-depth responses here. It could be a chicane. A slalom is a type of competition which can include chicanes. So, right.
Hey, alright. So,
I don't know what yeah, no idea what do you call it. It's like multiple S's. Multiple S's. That's what it is.
Well, weaves? Yeah, you could
yeah, the weaves.
Weaves. Okay, yeah, let's go weaves.
If you guys had a look at the Dream Spectra Ocean racetrack that Echo created for the anti-grav racing, that track has a proper weave section, and which is a proper weave section, which is my favorite section on that racetrack. Very entertaining. If you're flying the anti-grav race bikes, that track is also fantastic. I think what's happening lately is that the level of tracks has definitely gone way up.
What happened to Jelly?
Yeah, he's just stuck there. Or is it decent?
Jelly crashed? Confirmed. No, Jelly crashed.
That's...
Что рассказывает? Гонку комментирует. Вот видите, ребята, тише едешь, дальше будешь. Вот Тинт отставал, Джелли взял и вмазался на последнем круге. И все, теперь сейчас Тинт третье место займет. А на этом месте вообще Джелли был. Так что это, поспешишь, людей насмешишь. А все подтвердили, что Джелли не может перезайти на трек. Обсуждали сейчас именно это, то что вот накаленный момент был. Сейчас Тинт и Джелли гоняли вплотную друг к другу весь круг.
I would have liked to have seen that continue through the finish line. Whoever wins, you know, still great racing.
Tint just needs to bring it home now. He's got that. But that's again the thing is like I don't think Tint was so far was able to decrease the gap, but just the consistency paid off. Being not crashing paid off, which is just gonna be the most important thing for all these races, for the Dragon Tofu run and the new Babbage course. That's the only strategy.
I was so optimistic that we were only seeing some sort of a frame, you know, glitch or a nameplate that got
пойду спать. Наверное, не знаю, спать не хочу теперь, блин.
Cube says it the best. That one crash deserves.
Я понял, что до 2 часов я по-любому посплю. Мне просто сейчас не хочется спать, потому что я разогрелся.
Thankfully, that was never a redeem on my channel.
I know what you're talking about. I know. Yeah. So Tint is bringing it back. So I think we have a very solid leaderboard. Pretty much, I think we can pretty much nail it, right? Yeah, I think this is it.
As soon as Shaknu crosses for that'll be completing our 13th lap.
Yeah. 13 laps in total. In how long of a track? We've been racing for 2 hours and we have completed. Congratulations, 13 laps. Nafty at 5 laps.
Not a bad shot here of Lorville.
Сегодня на авте. Раз ему так нравится.
An idea for the scale that these racers are occupying here. You know, 260-kilometer track, how far off they are from some of these folks. And
Check
they're-
your flag.
Racers,
Check
check your flag is out. Please complete your crew
Big
flag.
round of applause for that magnificent performance by Sheknu Verstappen, running number 44. 33, 44 is Lewis Hamilton. I just committed sacrilege in Formula 1 terms. And Sheknu is actually running, do we know, number 3?
Sheknu, your race is done.
He was third
number 3.
qualifying.
On their ship, yeah, number 3 on the ship.
Yep.
There's
But
Canadian
first
Maverick
place in our
bringing it home.
hearts.
Here we go. Next will be Liquid Prime. Restricted area, vehicles will be impounded, and I don't think we had a single impound today. The speeds these guys are going at, that's not going to happen. The Houston Dynamics Police Department is not fast enough.
Great views of Canadian Maverick coming across here. Our camera crew's getting a warning for the restricted area
Maverick,
as well.
your races are now
They're
over.
probably the ones that have to worry about that more than anybody else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because these restricted zones stretch into the racer finish Canadian map. Yep. They extend vertically as well. Like, do we know how high they go? The restricted area. What's the height?
They're
limit?
about 2 kilometers up in the air.
Oh
Houston
boy,
Dynamics
that's
doesn't want you nosing around their industry.
massive. Here, this is the multiple S section that we all hate.
Tight horizontal turns, yeah.
See how close to passing out that pilot is. Is that Canadian map? Oh.
This is Liquid Prime. We're watching, bringing
This
it
is
home
Liquid
on their
Prime.
final lap.
And checkered flag. Yes? No, not yet. Sorry.
We're up to Tiger Highway now. We're almost there.
Yep. See, I never got to reach this part of the track, so I don't know. I just know a lot of arches there, like a lot of these there. Oh boy, so many of them.
Speaking of Tiger, there he is. Race timing for us. Thank you, Tiger. We appreciate you. We hope you like our highway.
Thank you, Tiger, for your timekeeping and all the crazy GIFs that you sent us.
And we see right here, one thing to call out is you see the thrust vector indicator, kind of around the center of the display there. How close you got those lined up as we watch here, Liquid Prime.
Liquid, your race is now over.
Now, that makes sure that your ship is in line with the angle drawing.
Guys who are done, could you
minimum
clear the
amount
start
of
finish
drag
zone? That
possible.
blob's getting real fucking hard
One
to
of
see
those
through.
skills that it's really important to master as you're getting your racing legs underneath you.
Matt, if you could pull
Razor is
away
not
a
an
bit,
easy
please.
ship to fly. It truly is a Formula 1 ship now. In those speeds, 100%. It looks the part, it feels the part, it does the part.
Kelsar, your race is now over.
It's all on your race,
Good mind.
Kelsar.
Shout out to Manfall down in the chat for all. He's been reminding us all this time, all the staff, wiggle wiggle. That's do not get timed out from your session. That happens quite often. Quells are finished. 9 laps in the end.
Yep.
We're still waiting for Jelly, Tint, and Nefty to bring it home.
Yeah, Jelly
Really
getting a
unfortunate
rejoin
for
after that
Kelsar.
crash.
Nefty bringing it home. Good job, Nefty! Assisting all those 2 hours. We
Nefty,
appreciate
your
you.
race is now over.
I will still back Nefty. Thank you for the entertainment, Nefty. Tough luck today, but man, thank you. But you still did your part. You still
Since your race is now
learned the
over.
track. You did put the effort in, and you were able to finish. I don't know how many laps Nefty finished. 5 or 6 laps in the end.
There's
6
some
laps.
laps in the
All
line
right,
as
thank
well.
you everybody for
Good
coming
job,
out. I
Ken.
appreciate
Well done,
all
nice
the
job.
racers that attended, and
Congratulations,
especially the
Ken.
staff for helping make this happen as
Jelly had
well.
last
Thank
one
you
on the
everybody.
track.
Because Jellyhead
Did
was
you
the
do that
last
wrong?
crash
Maybe.
on the track today. So
GG.
bringing it home.
Does
Jelly
anybody have a
has called it
recording
off
of
because
the
checkered
battle
flag
between
has
Jelly
been
and Ken?
called, and they were
I
disqualified
believe
from the checkered flag, so they
They
will
also
not
had
be
that on
rejoining, and that is
stream
it.
as well, so
That
if you
is
check
our
out the
race.
recording, that should be on the live stream.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to an incredibly talented team of racers here. Your final results looks like Shacknu, followed by Liquid Prime, Tint, Jellyhead Made, Canadian Maverick, Kelsar, and Nafty. That is your closer for the US and Australia qualifier.
Let's do a quick result screen for you.
Guys, everybody.
I think I did better than I expected.
There you go, you can see how all these racers did and all of their laps. Congratulations, and also who they represented. Thank you for coming out here today, and we hope to see you in the main Grand Prix. Good luck, racers.
Let's have a track race breakdown as well. Why not? I'll do the analysis.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I love doing this.
Lawville is not the
so get ready for a little bit of a rant.
greatest
Well, as you
place
can see, Shaq no change in position at all. The most boring race ever.
Or ram.
But wow, what a dominant race by Shaq. Lincoln.
If you're watching the stream, there's an interesting position chart on right now.
Let me go there. Not loading for me. What's going on?
Хорошие гонки, хорошие съемки, уже все.
Alright, thanks everybody. I'm gonna hop out because I've got to be back up for the next one.
Likewise.
Alright, see ya.
GG's.
GG's.
Later on.
Все, закончили гонку.
To restart my browser.
Там первым Шакну пришел, потом Liquid Prime, Tint, Jelly, Canadian Maverick, Kelsar и Nafty. Вот. На этом все. Это квалификационный заезд был. Всем спасибо, всем свободно. Придется еще через часов 7 врубать стрим, где-то 2 часа. Еще на меня случайно переключил. Так что вот, можно их дослушать.
Wow, beautiful. Look at that. Keep racing until you're proud. Nice.
Had a
Thank you, everybody.
great
07
event
to you.
today. Yeah. So yeah, a couple hours here for the EU Asia qualifiers, and of course join us next week when we have the finals for our GP1. So, EchoBit, you have anything we want to sign off with?
I would like to sign off with thank you, my commentators. You are amazing. It's not possible without you. Thank you to our racers who came out today. Thank you to the event staff. Again, also not possible without you. You know who you are. You're lovely. And thank you to Cloud Imperium Games for making the best damn space sim, Star Citizen. We love you very much. And would you like to go around each other and tell us where you can find your channels, social media, and anything else you'd like to shout out? Let's start with Red Monster.
Yeah, well, I'm Red Monster. I run the Red Legion. We saw Canadian Maverick out there representing our esports team, which was awesome. So thank you, Mav. Appreciate you getting the spice in there. And then, yeah, you can find me if you want to watch mining, salvage, industrial content on Twitch.
Короче, все, завершаю. Увидимся. Давайте.
And Twitter, X, all of those as @RedMonsterS.